I'm going to www Fat Thumbs Twitch
www.fatthumbs.com question mark.
Max. You got 2 X's, right? Max.
Yeah, 2 X's, 2 M's.
2 X's, 2 M's. There used to be a third X, I thought.
No. There was never more than 2. There was a 3,000.
Are you sure?
End. Yeah.
There was a 3,000. Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, no. There was always 2 X's.
Always.
Always. There was. How dare you accuse me of that third X?
What do you think I am, a deviant? Like
100%.
I'm glad you think so.
By the way, speaking of X, I did not yet see Vaccine. It's not out yet on digital. What did just come out though was what is it called? Oh fuck. What is it called? Long Legs. Yeah. Which I don't think is about a spider.
No, I hope not.
I know that you hate spiders. I like creature feature movies, but I don't know, man. I mean, I'll watch Nick Cage fucking paint a house. Just a movie about him painting a house.
Fair enough.
I forgot to turn on Twitch.
Hello,
Twitch.
I recently watched a trailer for a movie called Sting. Yeah, I'm not watching that movie.
Is it about the SOS singer? And in an SOS.
No. It is not. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that while you were drinking.
Thank you for looking down as I drank that.
Doing the promo for stuff.
What's this Sting movie about? Is it bees?
It's about
wasps?
Spider that gets like genetically mutated where every time it eats it grows bigger.
That's not good.
No.
You could eat forever. Yeah. Can you get big forever? That should be the title, Sting. And you know how it has like a slogan? It can get big.
I kid you not, the title, the like thing, it's the thing on like the poster or whatever, it says your worst fear just got bigger.
Can I tell you why that's so good? Because it's telling us that our worst fear, it's right? Spiders, it doesn't. Not even that. Like pool sharks. My worst fear just got bigger.
That's fair.
Do you think what happens when a pool shark outgrows a pool, though? Let's say.
Do you think it becomes an ocean shark? Do you
wait,
think
does it? Wait. Does the pool grow with it?
No.
No? Okay.
That would make no sense, because if you're mutating an animal, the cage doesn't grow bigger. Just the animal grows bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it becomes a shark ocean? What did you say?
An ocean shark.
An ocean shark, which is just
a shark.
The shark.
So it's tub shark, pool shark, ocean shark. That's how they started. Thank God you weren't around in tub shark times.
Dude, I still believe in tub sharks. That's why I will not take a bath if I cannot see my feet.
Fair enough.
I'll take a bath if I can. I'll go into a pool during the day. That movie, Night Swim, it's called Night Swim, not Day Swim. You're okay during the day. That's the slogan. You're okay during the day. Day Swim.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
fuck.
hello, friends. Welcome in.
Welcome in. Can you explain to me the new additives on the screen, please?
So, from left to right, I'm gonna let you drink your steroid milk first.
I love how nobody knows what we're talking about yet.
So,
like, what is Allie doing?
So that milk now has a pyramid head under it. That's what the extremely buff dude is. It's Pyramid Head with a milk container on top, and it just got one arm coming out of it.
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite thing ever. Oh my god.
And now me with my alcohol is sitting in the tall grass.
The tall grass.
The tall grass. The woman next to the dinosaurs is Alice Hardy from Friday the 13th.
That's me.
That's you. The log with the marshmallow pie on top now has Bruce Campbell's face on it.
I just like as you're like logging, I'm like, Bruce Campbell. It's Bruce Campbell.
And you're holding a meme that says sharks can't drive a 1998 Toyota something. It's one of the shark memes that you sent me.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
I think that's it for now.
Oh shit. Which one is your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Because I think strong milk has to be like, that has to be my fave. Tall grass gets me every time.
Yeah, I'd probably have to say strong milk. I'm gonna put a needle in the arm for steroids.
For steroids?
For steroids.
Steroid milk?
Mm-hmm.
We have like Olabad and Radical here being like, Alice doing fucking steroids. During the fucking opening of this podcast.
Yup.
Nope, I just drank my steroids.
Welcome back to Scary for Pleasure, where Scary's getting pleasure and we're talking about it. I'm Max.
I'm Allie.
And we don't do steroids, I promise.
We don't
endorse
steroids.
it.
We drink strong milk.
Which is milk with protein powder in it, by the way.
Yeah. It's not milk. It's milk.
Milk. Well,
you know?
Allie's milk is milk, but you can do milk with protein powder in it.
Yes. I have frozen nanners in this one. Frozen nanners, vanilla protein powder from Dotfit, and a couple of ice cubes.
Nice.
And it makes me feel strong like bull. Speaking of bull, you've probably heard the story by now because I ranted about it on my Instagram, but I need to say it out loud again. I worked at Starbucks for 3 years. Okay, so it's the only place where I don't give forgiveness because I just see whatever. When I worked at Starbucks closed at 10 p.m. I walk in at 7:30, and there are, I don't actually even have it on me. I'm using the cold water. There is this mug that was so pretty, and mine just broke. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy that. So I take it, and 2 Starbucks employees assaulted me with their ma'am, that is not for sale. That is a part of our pumpkin launch tomorrow. And I'm like, why the fuck is it on the shelf? And then the ma'am, the higher up ma'am, she goes, lock the door to the cashier. I'm like looking at the clock. It's 7:30. They close at 8 o'clock, so they're not going to serve for another half an hour. And my drink that I got. So my favorite drink from Starbucks is a brown sugar oat milkshake and espresso.
Okay.
It had so much ice in it that it tasted like shit. And I didn't even get my mug. I got it the next day. For the pumpkin launch. Fuck you, Starbucks. Fucking pumpkin launch could eat my ass.
Yeah. I saw that the other day and I was like, but did you get the mug though? And then like the third story, you were like, I got the mug, and I was like, thank fuck. Like, the moment I thought about it, you were like, I did get it, by the way.
Yeah, I needed that mug. It was so pretty, and it was so me. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like this green is like mossy. I love it.
Mossy.
Mossy. That's a hard. How do you say it? How do you say it?
Mossy. You did the thing I did. Jesus. Oh my god.
What do you mean? What do you mean I did the thing?
The thing where you were like, I know what tall grass is, and I was like, yeah.
That was my. I was actually thinking about tall grass right before the pod because it's like I have it saved that like short because it makes me so happy when I'm sad. The part that makes me happy is the part where I watch your face transform. It's from this
and
to that, and then
the thing that gets me the most is you stop and you like don't even laugh like fully at first, and then you like start, and that's what gets me. And because I start laughing, you start laughing.
Because you start to transform, right? Like, and then I'm like, because I realize what I said sounds ridiculous. I was just letting you know that I do know what tall grass is, so that you can go on with your story and I know the visuals. But that was a really dumb
Cause I wasn't sure like if you were talking about the movie The Tall Grass, or like you knew like
what actual tall grass I do. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Actual tall grasses.
No, see, that makes sense.
God, that was so funny.
I watched that clip when I'm sad.
Me too. It's one of my favorite ones. That an old one I love too is the one where I shame Corn for drinking that mint drink. Yeah. Because I'll tell you, I hate it when people do. I hate when people do that to me. I hate it. I hate when people yuck my yum. It really pisses me off.
If you watch Corn's face, you can see him like as he's explaining the drink, he's got the biggest, purest smile on his face. And when you go, ugh, mint, you can see him like drop everything and just stare dead into the camera.
It's so good. He's such a sweet baby angel.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fucking yeah. Tall grass is everything.
Tall grass is
fucking
great.
Everything. Last night you played Sucker for Love, the new one, First Date.
Sure did.
You fucking tell me about your ending.
I
had a fucking meeting. My boss was like, "You ready?" And I'm like, I should have said no. Because I'm like, fuck. So yes, tell me what happened.
I got the I don't know if it's like the true ending, but I got the good ending on stream. And then later I went back and got the other two endings. I got the bad ending and I guess it is the true ending. No, yeah, I got the true ending and then I got the good ending as well. I got all three endings in the first chapter. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do the second chapter.
I don't understand why I can't get smooches. I just can't understand. And I love the response from Alpha in your chat when I was like, who thinks that Max is gonna get more smooches than me? And Alpha's like, Max is literally like the dating simulator master. He's like, of course he is. I'm so bad. Nobody wants me. Like I said, that's the spirit in the cave, you know, getting led down, you know, that was the closest I got. I was so excited, Max. I was so excited when she led me down to that cave and we were sitting next to each other. I'm like, how romantic. Me and a fucking ghost down here in the cave. She's cold because she's nothing.
She's cold because she's wearing like a bikini and that's it.
Yeah, you know, and I thought that I could make her warm.
Giggity.
She left. She left. She left. She was just like, "Oh yeah, I love kisses," and I'm like, "Oh my god, I love kisses too." Well, that didn't actually happen, but you know, something like that. And then she was just like, "I gotta run." Sick, peace. I'm left there just like by myself, just like, what have I done? Am I not deserving of a spirit wife? Of a spiritual connection?
I mean, both of you are ghosts, so, you know.
But if we're ghosts, then I mean, like, that's cool. We both know what we can do. You know, we can go through walls. We can prank.
Mm-hmm.
We can, like, you know, float like this. We can do this. You know?
Yeah,
so all I'm saying is I've never gone to date, I've never gone to smooch, I've never gone to kiss. And I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I am coming to you. You are my date therapist.
Sure.
And I tell you these stories and I say, Dr. Reaper, what am I doing wrong? What advice can you give me to get more smooches?
Get good.
Noted.
Just kidding.
Noted. Get good is a great response.
So I'm one of those people. So I play games. I play dating sims the way I would do it in real life. I can't love more than one person at a time. So if I like someone in a game, I go for that one specific person and just don't let anyone else, you know.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't be playing the field. I should just pick one.
Yeah.
And just try to give it to her.
Yeah. Because if you're like putting all your effort into one person, you're going to get that one person. Like 9 times out of 10.
Planting seeds. You know? Like there was the hot octopus lady with the pink hair.
Yeah.
And then there was the other hot one who was like fucking crazy. You know, with the orange hair. No, she was in
Oh, she's the one that opens the door, right? Or that you
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I haven't like talked to her much.
Yeah, I try to, you know, I'm like here and here. Honestly, I'm just looking for love in games. And I'm not getting any.
That's fair.
I think maybe I'll take your advice. I'll try to stick to one and then try to just stick it to her. Or him. Or whoever.
That's what she said.
Yes, Cthulhu, here I come.
I gotta say, I really like the Cthulhu lady's design in Sucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's so cool looking, and I love all the colors.
Have you gotten the squid ending?
No.
Then I won't spoil it.
I got killed. It's okay. I got killed. I kept getting killed in like kind of like the first chance you can get. I think you can get killed when you're like going into all those rooms. Yeah, I keep getting killed, and then I keep getting sick, like motion sick.
So just so that you are aware, so there's a part towards the end of chapter 1 where it's right before you get the smooch. If you perform the breakup spell, then the Cthulhu lady turns into a squid, and you try to kiss her, but she smacks you.
Were you like, I want her to smack me like that?
No.
No.
Lady D can do whatever she wants to me, but this squid lady can just like, I want her to like sit on me. Not like sexually or anything. I just want to like give her hugs and whatnot.
Fred's death by Snoo Snoo.
Listen, she just got thick thighs, and I'm just like, I want that.
And I want that. Oh my god. She just got thick thighs. Thick thighs save lives.
They do.
And I want that. Oh, my big vein is popping out because I'm laughing so hard. Get away, Veiny. Where does she end up?
What do you mean?
When you go to kiss her, does she sit on you? What does she do to you?
That's a secret I'll never tell.
Did you make her ink?
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Oh my god, speaking of thick thighs save lives, I've been wanting to show you this, and it's not my thick thighs. Hold on a second. You're like, why are you backing up? Oh shit, I just tripped over Gengar. Fuck you, Gengar. Alright, so I got this at Kineticon.
Nice.
What of you?
That's awesome.
Look at those titties. Look, that's you. You can see in the reflection.
That's me.
Look, hold on. Look at those. That's you between her chest. Oh!
Jesus. I don't know this is that kind of podcast. All right.
It pretty much turned into that.
Listen, yesterday you texted me and you were like, "Can tomorrow's podcast be about smooches?" And I was like, what?
I just wanted to talk about some smooches. I wanted to make sure that I spoke to you and got advice from you about smooches and how I can get them in the future, because no one seems to like me digitally. There is something that I do. I actually wrote down a few things. I just had a stroke. I wrote down a few things I want to talk to you about. Silent Hill, the new game.
Yeah.
Is it going to be your first Silent Hill?
Yes. I've never played Silent Hill before.
Have you played the demo-y game, I'm going to say, called PT?
No, but
do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's
okay.
They use the same asset house as the house in Father's Day. Because if you think about it, there's the room where you start and you like walk forward and you turn to the right. That's the same. That's the same area that you start with in Father's Day.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty like. I think that's a pretty like well used like asset for a
Pounds.
game. Cause
Wouldn't
like
you have to pay for it?
yeah,
Like the
probably.
rights.
I'm sure you like pay to like use it in a game just to like just because I
Hmm.
feel like everyone's gonna want it. Because like if you think
Right, like
about it, like the clown ghost in Demonologist is Phil from Father's Day.
holy fuck. So you could take a character too?
I'm sure they're like I don't know what game engine they use. I'm sure they're like either like pre-built or like you can like or they like or you can buy them or whatever. Like I'm sure like if you like color them differently, like if you put the demonologist ghost and the and Phil next to each other, they're colored very differently. And that's how they get away with it, I assume.
Oh gosh. Yeah, because I have seen the Boomin Edith, the old lady. I have seen her in other games, and I'm like, that's Edith. Like I've seen her definitely. I think in one of the Bridge Curse games. But I've seen her in other games. I'm like, that's just Edith. Like that is a scary. It's a scary old lady.
Yeah.
I like Demonologist, but I cannot stream it really because of how fucking stressed out and like rage inducing it makes me.
Sure.
So during those games, I like to not be the leader because when I get stressed, I like lose focus. So I play Demonologist usually with your watermelon off stream because very kind balances me out, right?
Yeah.
And one time we were doing so good. We were almost done. We were on the second part where, you at this point it was the one where there was electrodes. The ghost has to run through the electrodes. Yes. Okay. So right as we were about to set that up, or right as we are like, all right, let's do this, he dies.
Oh.
So I'm like, wait. And he's like, you can do this. And I'm like, no, I can't. So he's like, I'll be there. And this is the one thing that I really like about Demonologist 2 is that it's so much easier than Phasmophobia to be the ghost and like help out. You can see better.
Yeah.
You know, Phasmo, it's all white. So he's like, I'll be right there. He's like, I'll tell you, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll tell you where he's coming from, blah, blah, blah. And we ended up doing it. I ended up doing it, by myself. But I thought that I was going to die that night. I was going to have a fucking heart attack. It was so stressful. Like, Outlast Trials is stressful. It's like a different level of stress, but equally just.
I love Outlast Trials. I don't play it much because it gives me nightmares, but
I like it. I always feel like I'm like bringing everyone down when I play it. I know I shouldn't like feel that way, but like that's just how because I don't play it enough to be good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't do like they were doing the Twitch non-Olympics, which I'm gonna tell you about. And they were doing Outlast Trials for it. And like I was watching Nurse Sass play it, and I'm like, wow, she's good.
Yeah.
Like, like this looks like somebody who plays consistently. I don't. I feel like, you know what I mean? I can lead you in Dead by Daylight. I can lead you in like Boomin.
Yeah.
I play those games enough, but Outlast Trials is like a whole different shitstorm. But it is the game where I feel at the end of the trial, if you make it, you have this satisfaction feeling, this like pump of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And I love that about the game. So
that's why
so much. Excuse me, I'm burping up my.
That's why I love playing it with like you and Kim or like Sassy and Crims, because like I will, because I'll be honest, I'm kind of like the bait in that game. I lead all like the monsters to me and like let everyone else do everything else. Or like I'll do like quick saves. Like I can pretty easily just like find like healing items and save people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just run through that game all willy nilly, like, oh, this thing's not gonna hurt me, and then like the door has like the spike thing that
Yeah.
stabs you, and it's
Yes,
just like,
yeah.
Yep, that went
Just like,
well.
why are you here? Like the guy with the fucking stick. I'm just like, go away,
Yeah.
please. And then I forget about every fucking trash can with a guy in it.
Yeah.
In a closet with a guy in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I very much like. I have actually never played with anyone I didn't like playing with.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
played that game with a lot of different people, and all of them were very chill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could play games with people, and they're just like too competitive, or like take it too seriously, or like you keep dying. I'm just like, then don't fucking play with me.
Yeah.
That's like, you know what I mean. I take no offense to it, but I don't want you to, belittle me.
Yeah.
Please.
I always feel so bad when I play with Kim because Kim is so good at that game.
It's so good.
And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I keep dying, and she's just like, oh, don't worry, we're having a good time, and I'm like, God, you're so nice. Where have you been my whole life?
I know, and that's exactly how she would say it too.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're having a great time.
Yeah.
We twinsy the other night on accident. We were both streamed in her variety streamer shirt.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I was like, oh. I rated her. I was like, oh, it's okay. And she's like, wait, I was out there before. You were wearing something different. I was just like, Sailor Moon hoodie over it. A little chilly.
Yeah.
That game's been a hoot. Oxenfree, the one I've been playing.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, very much fun. Easy, good time. Speaking of like story games, I did want to ask, because I know that you don't play Dead by Daylight, but do you have any interest in playing Casting of Frank Stone?
I do really want to play it.
So good. I think I'm just gonna take like a Saturday and just stream the whole thing. That's like my jam. Like I love those story games.
Mm-hmm. Supermassive is doing that one, Ryan. Okay.
So
then
I
it's gonna be a great game.
I had to. It's gonna be a great game. I had to look like a few times. I'm like, this is actually like a story game, right? Like a dark picture anthology kind of thing. And it is, and it might be like. What's cool is that I saw that because there's like everything's like pre-order, right? You can pre-order this and get this for it. If you pre-order it, I think it's just like the standard one. You get I totally forgot what it is, but it's one of the perks in Dead by Daylight that helps you find items. It's like your blank is activated.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, oh, so they're like, that's cool. Like, I'm just so interested in this. And you can do, if you were getting it on a system, you can do couch co-op, which is
nice.
What the Quarry has, but Dark Picture Anthology actually have, play with friends, which is like, that would have been so much fun. Imagine getting to like control Emma, control Dylan, or you know what? That would be so fun. But that has couch co-op, so it seems that you're just gonna be playing one person. Usually, just play one person. Switch off. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, really excited about it. It looks really cool. I watched, I think, one trailer for it because I didn't want any spoils. And I'm excited. I'm probably going to just do like one long stream and stream it because I love them. Love them so much. And then October is Silent Hill and Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that game.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I need to replay that first game. That first game was like my favorite game for like 6 years. Like,
it probably is mine or like top 2 or 3. It was so fucking amazing. Yeah. And the one that was after it was amazing too. Before the Storm. So if you play
Before the Storm, but I didn't play like 2 or True Colors.
I didn't play 2. I have 2. But I have not played it. The only reason I haven't played it is because everyone says it's the weakest one, and I don't want to have a bad experience with the Life is Strange game, if that makes sense. True Colors was good. It was good. I'd say, out of the 3 that I've played, that was the weakest one.
Mm-hmm.
But Life is Strange 1 and then Before the Storm played back to back is like,
It's so good.
I mean, my heart
So
just completely shattered.
I fucking love Chloe. Chloe is so cool.
Chloe is fucking amazing. And then going back and playing Before the Storm, where you're playing as Chloe and not as Max anymore. It's Chloe and Rachel.
Yeah.
And getting to like experience what happened to Rachel and like leading up to Life is Strange 1. I mean,
Yeah.
I had chills at the end. It was so good.
I think Before the Storm was one of the first games I ever cried at. Like that scene where like that scene where I think it's Rachel, she puts the lighter in the trash can and then like she knocks the trash can over and it starts the forest fire. I cried at that part for some reason. I was just like,
the
there's so much.
Fire?
Well, I cried like because there was like a sad part that happened before it. I don't remember what exactly happened before it that to cause her to light the fire. But like there, because like she screams and like kicks the trash can, and that's what starts the forest fire. I cried at that part. That part was sad.
I cried for Before the Storm. There was a and I think I cry because I like have a dead dad. You know that Chloe's dad like died in a car accident.
Yeah.
And then there's a part in Before the Storm where Chloe is walking through the junkyard that has all like those cars, and then her dad's car is there, and she crawls into the back seat and lays down and just starts crying. I lost my shit. I was and Pi, I blamed him. I was like, Pi, you didn't tell me there was dead dad shit. And he's like, I'm sorry. I forgot.
It's like that scene in Resident Evil 3 where you were like, "Are there any sewer sharks down here?" And I was like, "No." Me and Corn were like, "No." And you then like and then like the fucking like dinosaur fish pops out of the pipe, and you just like screaming and like, "We said no. That is not not a shark."
You did not lie to me.
Didn't lie to you.
You did not lie to me. That was scary. That first one, I didn't expect it.
Yeah, that first one, like, I was like, "Oh God, oh no."
Can we talk about how Resident Evil 3 was so fucking good?
Resident Evil 3 is one of my favorite games.
It's so good. To all you assholes telling me that it was bad, don't play it. How could you? That game was so good.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm thinking it's so good because I went into it being like, oh, it's gonna be so bad. And I just was super surprised, but that was fun as hell.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't mind that it was so short.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I don't want to play a long, obnoxious game.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to play a nice 4 to 6 hour game, have a fun experience, and then have a sandwich. That's exactly what I did.
Nice. Yeah, I like the remake, but I think one of the things that like people give the remake shit about is the original one is like one of the top 3 best survival horror games. Let alone top 3 best Resident Evil games. And since me and you both didn't play the originals, I think that's probably why we like it a lot.
Do you know what makes the original and the remake so different?
So you know how Mr. X in Resident Evil 2 like appears out of nowhere and like
a fucking library.
Yeah, so in Resident Evil 3, Nemesis was more like 2 remake Mr. X.
Okay.
And in the original Resident Evil 2, that Mr. X is more like Resident Evil 3 remake Nemesis, where because it's like all like scripted cutscenes and like he's not like actually like chasing you. He doesn't like burst out of the wall like for no reason. It's all like scripted cutscenes and whatnot. Whereas
people wanted more cutscenes?
No, people wanted him to I think people wanted it to be more scary because Mr. X, like, you can hear him like walking around the police station. So he'll be up on like the 3rd floor, and you can like hear him, and like sometimes you'll look up and you'll make eye contact with him, and he'll come through the library. Like,
yeah, that's like my distinct memory of him going to the library.
Yeah, people wanted Nemesis to be more like that, whereas in 3 remake it's very like you can kind of guess when he's coming back. I guess I think it's more scarier when you don't know when the enemy is gonna like show up, because you could be like doing like a puzzle, you could finish the puzzle, and like he'll pop through a wall and be like rawr.
Rawr.
Stars.
Stars. I can see, like, I felt like Mr. X and Nemesis were similar in the fact that they both were, for a minute, pursuing you.
Yeah.
Mr. X pursued you a lot less than Nemesis pursued you. Nemesis essentially pursued you the entire game in different forms, right? And I believe Nemesis like the final boss too.
Yeah. One of the final bosses.
One of the final bosses. Whilst in Resident Evil 2, Mr. X is just like a segment. You know, he's there, and then he's not there for a long time.
He gets killed by William Birkin, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does in Resident Evil 3, it does feel like you know when he's coming. But also, Nemesis doesn't ever stay the same. Like, he's never in the same form. He's huge. You know, and you're comparing him to Mr. X, who was just kind of like a big dude. You know what I mean? Who's walking around. Like, there's it's easier for Mr. X to be sneaky and, you know, more scary that way, as opposed to Nemesis. You know when he's coming because you can fucking hear him coming down the street because he weighs 1,000,000 pounds.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. I thought it was good because I liked the time length of it. I liked that it felt like an action game and a horror game, like a horror survival game, where you did have some downtime, but not much, and something was always happening. And I think out of all the Resident Evil games, and I know that I did get like lost a few times, but I think I got the least lost in Resident Evil 3 that I have in, like, you know, spending 6 hours trying to get through the factory in Resident Evil 8.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I love the factory in Resident Evil 8.
No, you do. And that's why I was like, when you finished your first playthrough, I was just like, how'd you like the factory? And you were just like, like, it was great. It was fun. I'm like, what? Like, Cord literally always says, like, that's the reason he'll never play it again, because of the factory.
Everything up to the boss fight is my favorite. Like, when you go into that one room and Heisenberg becomes the like giant metal monster and knocks you off knocks you off into the water, and then you go and meet Chris Redfield and you get the tank. Everything before that cutscene is great to me.
What do you have against the ending?
I don't know. I don't like. I don't know. I would rather just him be like a tyrant, like Mr. X or Nemesis, instead of like becoming this like, I don't know, giant like transformer looking dude. Like, I don't know.
Transformers, Heisenberg in disguise.
Yeah.
My least favorite fight in any game ever is Rose's fight at the end of Shadow of Rose, where you have to learn a new trick mid-battle. Do you remember that?
Oh, with Miranda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that part.
It was so easy.
Stop.
Everything after Lady D's castle in the DLC is great. It's just getting through the fucking castle that's the worst part.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the very beginning.
But like, the dollhouse. The
The
dollhouse
dollhouse
in the
best.
DLC is just the scariest fucking shit.
It's so scary.
It's so great.
I tell people because there were so many people that were like playing Shadow of Rose, and they were like, "I don't like this," and I'm like, "Get through the first half.
Yeah.
Get through the first half. The second half is so worth it.
Yeah.
It's so good. That dollhouse is so scary, and I loved it. But I played, and I'm not the only person. Like Katie, probably nervous. She had the same issue too. We were playing Shadow of Rose. It's the Miranda fight, and then it like doesn't register to me that I have to that you can like hit her.
Yeah.
First, it didn't register to me that you could hit her, and then I didn't know how to do the new move, and I liked it. Didn't it said it on the screen, and then it went away. And then I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. It took me hours.
Really?
It like took me.
I beat that boss fight in one try.
Hey, how do I be dramatic and it's... I can't do it on the spot. Well, you know what, Pax? You got good. You said get good. You got good.
You got good, kid.
You got good, kid. God.
Yeah.
What other games are coming out?
I'm gonna pull
Anything
up my
else?
Steam real quickly.
Yeah, because I don't have any like big ones besides from Casting of Frank Stone, Life is Strange, and Silent Hill.
Little Nightmares 3.
That's not this year though.
No. I don't know when Power Drill Massacre is coming out, but I'm excited for that. That's the new Puppet Combo game, I believe.
Is there like a demo out? I'm like, I've played Power Drill Massacre.
1 second. Not from what I can see.
You know what? It might have been. So, I used to be a Patreon. Papa Combo, and I think I played their very shitty kind of Power Drill Massacre demo they had out on the Patreon, but it was like not even like a game. Gotcha. It was a game, but it was not a game. I hope so. Papa Combo has been doing this thing, okay, where they get together with Torture Star, and they make this fucking unit of this. Okay, hear me out. Bloodwash and Murder House are Papa Combo.
Okay.
Stay Out of the House, Rewind or Die, the Italian one with the zombies, the one with Mr. Hands or whatever his name is.
Shiny?
What's his name? Mr. Shivers.
The one that gets fucked by the horse? Yeah, that's the great
Hands.
one. That's the great Puppet Combo game.
Those
the one that
are
everyone
all
streams.
Those are
Sorry, continue.
I just want to know where I got Mr. Hands from.
It was because last podcast we had a really long and like drawn out conversation about Mr. Hands.
Because that's where you met me. Kind of when I was playing Mr. Hands. Mr. Shiny.
Yeah, when you were talking to Mr. Shiny, not when you were doing stuff to horses.
No. Wait, I think my mind just were you talking about horses before? I think my mind just blocked out what you just said. When did you talk about horses?
You were talking about Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands is that story about that guy that gets fucked to death by a horse.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that part completely cut out. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? Horses! Jerking off horses! We start with smooches. We end with horses.
This podcast is something.
Well, we said this was our like Zen. This was our Zen day. Our Zendaya. Stupid. So stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to know what else is coming out this year?
Yeah.
Zoocosis. Zoocosis is coming out this year.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, it's coming out the day I get back from hanging out with Crimmy.
Oh my god, that's so soon.
Yeah. It's a week from, or it's a month from yesterday.
Bad news about so I was really excited that Tony Todd was going to be at Connecticut Horror Fest this year.
Okay.
He's really sick. His health is on decline.
Oh, that sucks.
And he had to cancel. Oh, I'm so sad. I wanted to say Candyman to him.
Nice.
Over and over. He'd be like, shut.
Apparently tomorrow Beyond Handwell comes out.
Isn't that Handwell that game you played?
Yeah, I played Welcome to Handwell, and this is the sequel to it.
Is Mr. Hands in Handwell?
I sure hope not.
What would his part be if he was?
What do you mean?
Like what character? Like if you were to write Mr. Hands, or just Mr. Hands, into Handwell, who would he play? Would he be like the pizza man that rings the doorbell and then delivers you pizza with like horse jizz on it? Would he be the ghost? You know what? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
We cannot upload this to YouTube. This is the Lost episode.
We can. The Lost. The Lost.
The Lost.
Lowst.
Yeah.
What do you say? What words do you say in Bibbidi Bop?
I say dog.
Because sometimes
like
you say dog.
Sausage.
I'm so happy.
I heard someone in a different language say walk their dog in the park the other day, and it sounded exactly like you, but like they were like Swedish or something, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, back up. What the fuck did you just say?
It sounds familiar. Diet Alley.
I know that pizza voice.
That's diet pizza though.
Diet pizza. Strong pizza because it's Swedish.
Yeah. When I was in London, there was a restaurant and it was called
oh yeah, you sent me a picture of this.
The walk one?
Yeah.
I don't think I did?
I think so.
It's like when I type it in chat.
Yeah.
So I send that to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so walk to walk. You say it.
Walk. Waka waka. That's where the cars go.
So you're saying walk to walk, and I'm saying walk to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There's the process of walking, and then there's the cooking vessel called the wok.
But you pronounce it the same.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to English, ladies and gentlemen.
English 101. I give people who speak many languages so much credit because I can barely speak English.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible.
We are getting like 4 bendy games this year, and I'm so excited about it.
Wait, tell me about them. So we have, what bendies do we have already?
So we have Ink Machine.
Bendy in the Dark Lagoon.
Ink Machine. Dark Revival. Dark Survival, which is the Boris spin-off game. Boris is the dog. Just so you know.
Oh. I didn't know.
And then Secrets of the Machine is a free teaser game that sets up other games. So it's like a playable trailer pretty much. And it's great.
How long?
It's like 30. It's like 15 minutes if you play the story, but I spent like an hour just like testing everything, like looking for clues and stuff, and I found out that there's a bunch of different games coming out, and I'm so excited about it.
Can you tell me the story behind Bendy and the Ink Machine, or what the lore or the story is?
Yeah,
Because I go into like if I go and like watch one of your streams or anyone who's playing the game, because I don't play them, I have no idea like the purpose or like what's going on. You know.
In Bendy and the Ink Machine, you play as Henry, and Henry goes back to his old abandoned like animation studio, and in this studio you are trapped in this thing called the cycle, and what it is you play through chapter 1 through 5, and then at the end of 5 you open a door and you start back at the beginning of the game, and the owner of the animation studio, his name is Joey, he made the cycle to punish Henry for leaving his animation studio. And the Ink Machine is the reason the cycle exists. So he took every one of his like workers in the studio and made them into the characters in the like from the Bendy cartoons. So like there's a character named Tom. Tom got put into the machine and became a Boris.
Tom.
Well, yes, his name is Tom in the machine too.
Tom became Tom.
Tom became Tom, but Tom is a Boris clone, and the only reason we know it's Tom is because he has a mechanical arm.
So did Tom in the office?
I don't think we know about. I don't think we know if real Tom had like something wrong with his hand or like lost his arm or whatever. Yeah, and then in Dark Revival, the main character of Dark Revival is Joey Drew's daughter, and she gets put into the cycle. And at the end of Dark Revival, she breaks the cycle. And
what does she do?
She defeats the Ink Demon and seals him back in the you know when I'm playing Dark Revival and you see the like cute small Bendy? That Bendy is the Ink Demon, but he's like sealed away in like a form that can't hurt people.
Wait, didn't you just go on a date with the Ink Demon last night?
I guess so. Technically.
Yeah.
So the creators of Bendy did a April Fool's joke where there was a dating sim for Bendy, and they made like this gorgeous fucking trailer, and I was like, oh my god! And then like I looked at like when it came out, it was April 1st, and I was like, fuck, like fucking goddamn it! Why do they?
That's
have
like
to do
everything.
this?
It's like one of your favorite games in the genre that you're the best at.
I'm like, I would romance everyone.
For all the raiders that just came in,
Hi,
Max is a expert when it comes to dating sims. He gets all the love, all the smooches.
Yep.
And then, you know, I'm just left here cold and unloved.
Make me sound like an asshole.
Oh no,
you
no.
You sound like a player. Like
oh no, you're a player. I love that. No, I wish that I can just, you know, touch your shoulder and that some of that magical dating power bestow onto me digitally. No, I love watching play the dating sim games. It's the best. And it's just I love the fact that it's like that everyone knows it too. Like when Alpha was just like, you know, Max is an expert in dating simulator games. Like he's a master. Like of course I love that.
yeah.
Just like the lore of like, you know, popcorn is like sus.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like all these. My friends have all these fun things, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that so much. Anytime I see a dating sim, I think of you. I'm just like,
Yeah. I don't know.
man.
Yeah.
So that's Bendy.
That's pretty much Bendy until the creator of Bendy has said there's going to be 3 mainline games, but they will continue to release like side games and stuff. One of the games that I'm really excited for is Bendy the Cage, and that is a spin-off of Dark Revival, because Henry shows up in Dark Revival. And that you play through his journey of like getting out of the cell and like what happens to him from the cell to the end of the game, because he just shows up randomly at the end of the game. So
Are these games really open ended?
the first one is kind of like open ended. The first one was made like they had a beginning and an end, and everything in the middle kind of sucks. Cause like chapter 1 through 3 are like great, and then like 4 kind of felt like they made it on the spot, and 5 kind of was just like, well, we have an end, but now that we cobbled the other one together on the spot, we have to make 4 make sense with 5, and it just didn't.
Oh no.
Whereas Dark Revival is 1 full game in 5 chapters. So they went into it knowing they were going to make a 8-hour game with 5 chapters, and it's all cohesive. It all makes sense. Yeah.
That's like I was talking to someone in the day of Hunger Games books, and the first 2 Hunger Games books really good, and then there's the third one that's Mockingjay, and by the time that Mockingjay was being written, they already knew that they were making the movies for it. So Mockingjay reads like a script rather than like a book.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's like a manuscript. Like it's not the same. It's weird. It's hard to explain. But like the first 2 felt like really good, like like young adult books. The third one just felt like a movie script. Yucky. I hate that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what they did. Sort of with Bendy, like they just kind of threw something together and then like didn't make sense at the end.
Yeah.
Are those like your favorite? Would you pick Bendy over My Friendly Neighborhood as your favorite game?
Ooh. That's a really hard question because they are 2 very different games.
Okay, what's your favorite thing about both of them? Like one thing each, or your top favorite?
I definitely wouldn't pick Ink Machine over My Friendly Neighborhood, but it would be very hard to pick between Dark Revival and My Friendly Neighborhood. Dark Revival is just like, it's just like really like gorgeous. Like you like walk through it and you feel like you're in like a black and white cartoon. And I love black and white cartoons.
Hell yeah.
I like black and white movies in general. Like my favorite movie is Murders in the Rue Morgue from 1932, which is a black and white movie. And like it's so good. Like, and then like My Friendly Neighborhood feels like, you know what's a good way to like think about it? Bendy the Dark Revival feels like you're in like the 1960s, and then My Friendly Neighborhood feels like you're in the 1990s. With like 1990s? Sesame Street, yeah.
Like so yeah, so there's like 2 just very different things.
Yeah.
I like that. That's why, like, when I play The Quarry, a lot of times I'll put it on the classic horror mode, so it makes everything black and white or black and gray, because I love the look, and I also feel like it's scarier that way.
Yeah.
I prefer watching House on Haunted Hill in the original black and white rather than the remastered color. It just gives it's a completely different, just feels to it, you know?
Yeah. Like,
and it's cool that Bendy did that too. That's really cool.
Yeah. I completely agree, because I recently rewatched Psycho, the black and white one, and that movie still scares me. Like,
scary.
it's so good though. Like they used like obviously they were like limited by like what like the cameras could do, but like they like pushed as far as they could go and like they nailed it. Like Alfred Hitchcock does like great movies.
He does. Did you know that actress could never take a shower again after that scene?
That's hilarious.
She could only take baths. Yeah, she was so scared. The part where the cops turn around the dead mother in the wheelchair, that's like one of the scariest, like one of the scariest things in like horror movies I've ever seen. It was it's weird because those are the moments that scare me the most. So just the simpleness of just like turning around the wheelchair and there's like the mother's rotting corpse. The same in the original House on Haunted Hill. There's a part where like in the beginning, Pritchett is explaining some of the things that have happened in Hill House, and he said that two of the bodies were found, but their heads were never found. And then during the movie, the lady opens up the suitcase and finds one of the heads, and she runs to tell everyone. She's like, "There's a head in my suitcase," right? And they run back. And the head is gone. I still think about what happened to that head. Is it just bouncing around somewhere in the house? And I don't know what it is about that thought, but that's scary as shit.
It's like
that's
the scariest fucking thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a head. I have the chills.
Yeah.
It's so scary to think about. I'm like, oh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
I have that same feeling when I watch the It miniseries when like Richie's head is in the fridge. Yeah.
That one is that's a really, really creepy part. I love the It miniseries. Probably better than the remake of the movies. The first one I really liked though.
I never saw part 2 or chapter 2.
Yeah. It's I'll tell you this, it's really gory. Like the child murders are really child murdery.
Yeah.
But this can just be a me thing. Okay. I love Fellowship of the Ring, but I don't like Return of the King.
Sure.
I like a build-up. I like, character development. I like relationships. I like getting to know the characters. I don't like to battle.
Sure.
And to me, part 2 felt like a battle because there's no more getting to know each other. There's no more anything like that. It was just, keep going, which if you're the kind of person that just like to see murder after murder after murder and it's action-packed, cool. The ending sucked so much. To me, I didn't care for that. I would say definitely watch it for the kills. If you like to watch movies and enjoy kills, then just watch it and enjoy the kills. That's kind of what I hope always with slasher films, whether it's Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, I always am like, it's Scream as well. I'm like, these Scream movies could really suck. Some of them are not the best.
Yeah.
But if it has good kills, I can forgive that. The first Halloween that Danny McBride did, I think it was like after all the Rob Zombies ones, I thought it was an okay movie, but the kills were fucking
was it
top
2018?
Notch. I think it was 2018.
Okay.
The kills were great.
I really like that one. It's the sequels to that one that are not great.
Correct. I couldn't agree with you anymore. A series that probably not a series that true horror fans love, but people who dabble in horror don't, is the Hatchet series.
Yeah.
Hatchet 1, Hatchet 2, Hatchet 3, and Victor Crowley. Those movies, I'm not saying are the best movies. I love an urban legend movie, but what do I love more is really good kills and practical effects, and those movies nail it. I mean, the kills in the first Hatchet movie
The first Hatchet movie is like,
he rips that old lady's face apart.
oh yeah. And the fact that
So
like
good.
Kane Hodder is just like one of the best, like he's like one of the best Jasons, but like he's just one of the best like stunt actors. Like for like horror. I don't know if he does like stunts and whatnot. I guess he would.
I mean, he does a lot. I don't think he does stunts. I think stunts is not. But he's like the big dude. Like
Yeah.
if anyone needs a big dude, he's like the dude to do big dude stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
That makes all the
Like
sense to me.
Jason, Victor Crowley.
Didn't he play Michael at some point?
Did he play Michael?
I don't know. I
don't think so.
He either played Michael or Leatherface. He played one of the other like big like horror killers.
Does anyone in the chat know? Radical, you know this question? I've never heard of him playing Michael, but I could definitely be wrong. But he is, yeah, like that would make sense. Like Michael or TCM, like that would make sense for him because he's a big dude. Yeah. I mean I loved him so much in Jason X.
The space one?
Yeah, and I hate space.
Yeah. That's fair.
I
love
love
Jason X. I know it's so bad, but I love it.
But the kills. That's
like,
another example of the kills are good.
Like they are good
and
kills.
It's silly.
The things that like make me love that movie are the liquid nitrogen death, where he like dumps her head in the liquid nitrogen and like cracks it. And then the scene where Jason becomes the like mechanized like fucking futuristic space Jason.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's my favorite Jason. Spacin'. Yes. Absolutely.
And Freddy vs. Jason is one of the best movies ever. Like it's so fun. I originally bought the soundtrack before I watched the movie because that soundtrack is bitchin'.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I first people say bitchin' anymore? That's how I first heard of the band Il Nino.
Okay.
Metal Spanish band, and they have their song "How Can I Live" is during the credits of Freddy vs. Jason, and that was the time when like music videos were a big thing, right? MTV, VH1, and I saw the video to that, and it had like clips of the movie and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this song is good. This song's really good. So I bought because it wasn't available. The song like it wasn't available anywhere else, and so I bought the album for that song specifically. But then all the other songs on the album were really good. There was like I think like Power Man 5000 was on there.
Nice.
Get up, get up, get up. So dumb. Yeah. Freddy versus Jason I thought was so fun. I love the fact that it was supposed to be Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Campbell was like, no. And I love that because I'm like, you go, Bruce Campbell. Like you don't need to subject yourself to anything you don't want.
Yeah.
You know. But I would have loved to see that. Though. Yeah, they did come out with the comic. I'm not a comic book reader, but was it good?
I thought it was good. There was a female Jason at the end.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I love that. Did you like speaking of female characters, did you like the, I'm going to say, non-binary Pinhead?
I think so. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I think I will say I like a lot of the, how do I say this? That movie felt like a Hellraiser movie, except for when it came to the characters. If that makes sense.
All the characters were so hateable.
Characters meaning like the human characters. Everyone else felt very Hellraiser-like. I
was rooting for the Cenobites.
Yeah.
the entire time. I was just like, fucking kill them and torch them in hell.
Yeah.
I think that, no, I was going to say, even the brother was annoying too. But the main character, the girl, was the worst.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like any of them. But the kills, specifically the Asian girl in the back seat.
Yes.
I thought that was so cool. I was like,
I love that scene so much.
That scene was so good.
Yeah.
Like, it was so creepy. Like, it was like it's like another dimension-y thing, but it's there, and then she looks in like the mirror, and it's, oh my god, it was so well done. I thought it was everything he ripped. Oh, yeah. I do feel bad for the brother after all that. You know, I also liked that they explained. And I know that you saw the Leviathan configuration, I think, in Hellraiser 2 or 3.
2, yeah.
2. But they didn't really they explained in the new Hellraiser more about like the puzzle box and because we were just calling it the what configuration? I totally forget what the original name is.
The Lament configuration?
But that's Lament. Thank you. The Lament, and that's just the square one, but there's like other ones you could choose and AB. Like, I thought that was really cool because they like never explained that in any of the movies. I thought that was really well done, and I liked that at the end she was just like, I choose the Lament configuration, and they're like, well, then you choose to live pretty much normal life and know that, you know, oh, your brother's dead, and that's, you know, your friends are dead, and that's the biggest suffering of all. I'm like, that's kind of cool, and I like also how they showed you how Cenobites were made, and that big god thing at the. I thought that was cool. Yeah. Everyone shit on that movie so hard, and I guess that's how like people who really like the new Texas Chainsaw movie when I shit on it so hard.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because, but, you know, everyone likes what they like. It's totally cool. But I don't know. I thought that didn't deserve the shit that it got.
So, it's been a while since I've seen any of the Hellraiser movies, but...
Yeah, it's been over a year.
Is the new Hellraiser one the one where, like, she does the Lament configuration, and then it, like, stabs her? And then, like, that blood, like, goes into the cube, and it draws the Cenobites out?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if the older ones did that.
No. I don't think that they did. I think you just beep-boop-bopped. And then it worked. But this one, actually, like, you got blood on it. And when it was your blood, the things would come for you.
And then wouldn't it change afterwards? Like it would like change to like, or like if you did the like ritual in a certain way, it would turn into the Leviathan, and then like you like or maybe it's like each person who did it and got their blood on the thing, it changed it a little bit, like, because I remember there being like different forms of it.
There are different forms of it. Yeah, I remember that whoever got pricked, the Cenobites would come for them. So they used that, actually, the main character used that as a tactic during like the third act of the movie, where there was a Cenobite coming after her, and the Cenobite got pricked, and the Cenobite killed itself, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Leviathan configuration is a choice, right? Just like the Lament configuration, the other configurations, they're all like choices. So like the configuration that one guy picked, you know, in the beginning, he picked to the monkey's paw kind of thing. I forget what it was, but pretty much he can never die, but always feel pain. He has it in him, like it's sticking out of him, and his nerve, and it's like a clock winding, and it has his nerves in it. So he can never die, but he's always gonna live like in suffering. And that was his choice. He picked something. he picked a rule. He picked something else, and then at the end, he was like, he begged Pinhead to let him switch to the Leviathan configuration. The Leviathan configuration represents something else. And when he switched, when he was allowed to switch, that's when he got taken up by that god thing and then got like just shit ripped apart. God, it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was really, I don't know, man. I liked it so much.
I'm really glad I watched that movie after I watched Hellraiser 2. Because I think it's Hellraiser 2, there's a scene where the main character, like, goes into this room and the guy, and, like, there's this guy and he has, like, 3 or 4 lament configurations, but, like, one is, like, the original lament configuration, one is red, and one is, like, full gold or whatever. I don't remember what the last one is, but, like, I just remember seeing like 3 different lament configurations. I was like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome."
Dude, I love that. I have one here, but I collect lament configurations. You could like actually like move.
Oh, that's awesome.
This one. I have one that's like specifically. It's not this one, right? No, I have one that's specifically for the chatter. So when you pull this part off, chains pop out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have a couple of lament configurations. I have the Leviathan.
Have a tissue box that's like a lament configuration.
A what box?
A tissue box. Like a cover that you put over the tissue box. That's awesome.
I do. I got that at CC Horror Fest 2 years ago. I loved it, and it was one of those things where it was just expensive enough that I'm like, I'm not gonna get this if I get anything else. So you kind of do like, I see you, I'm gonna do my other rounds.
Yeah.
And then I ended up not buying it at first because I thought the people were rude. I was just like, usually like I loved going to conventions and talking to people at their booths and being like, wow, you made this. This is great. And like getting there, like, yeah, I used, A, B, and C. I love that. When you're just an asshole, I'm just like, whatever. Yeah. They ended up having an Etsy shop online, and I just couldn't resist. And then I bought it then. I bought one for my sister too.
Nice.
But yeah, I collect configurations. I was like, conventions, configurations. My Leviathan configuration is so sharp. You can definitely kill somebody.
That's
good so I just want to let you all know if anyone comes into my house, I have got Lament. Lemmy. Got Lemmy here, and me and Lemmy will send you straight to hell.
Oh, that's hilarious because Lemmy from Motorhead did the like main
did
theme
the same
for
thing?
did the theme song for Hellraiser.
I thought you were gonna let me do the same thing. He killed someone with a Lament configuration. That's how he got his nickname. Oh, know that. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I thought of you the other day. Jory was in the car playing that song. It's like Fear of the Dark.
Oh,
Fear of the Dark. And I'm like, yeah, and I know that you really like that song. And I like that album. I make up the words.
That album's pretty good.
Is that?
I think so. I think that's one of the most underrated Iron Maiden albums. Because it's like everyone just listens to the title track. And then like everyone forgets that like The Fugitive exists. The Fugitive, I haven't listened to that album so long. I forget the set list, actually. I have it. It's in my closet, though.
Have you ever met a musician that you really liked that was not nice when you met them?
No. I don't... So I follow a lot of, like, smaller, like, indie metal bands. So, like, they have, like, nothing to prove. They've like they've got their fan base and they're cool with it, and like everyone that I've met has been like so cool, so nice, and like I just like kind of like gush about how much I love their music, and they just kind of like sit there and take it. I'm
They
like, I
sit
love
there.
your music, and they're
You
just
gush
like,
and they sit there and take.
God damn it.
Um,
The one time I'm trying not to be sus.
This is the sus episode. This is the
That is fair.
sus episode.
Sus-a-so.
I most of I've had really great experiences with meeting musicians. There's just been like a couple outliers, but like obvious outliers. Like who's the Ronnie Radke?
Oh, he's notoriously an asshole.
He's
like
such an asshole.
not just to like his fans, like to everyone. Like there's very few people who actually like him.
He thinks his shit don't stink. I mean, he's one of the best singers out there. But he was an asshole, and Max Bemis of Say Anything.
Okay.
He's also a notorious asshole, and he was. But everyone else, like I remember there's this band called I Am Ghost.
Yeah.
And they used to be one of my favorite bands, and they were playing was the Epitaph tour. This is when I met Ronnie Radke too. And it was Escape the Fate, I Am Ghost, and a few different other bands from Epitaph Records. And at the time I was like really, really into I Am Ghost. And a band was playing that I didn't care about, so I went down to like where they were selling merch and stuff, and the singer was there. And I was so much more bold when I was younger. My goodness. Like, I look back and I'm like, I would have not done this now. I looked at him and I was like, I'm your biggest fan. And I hugged him. And he was like, no way. And then I was saying that my friend Brittany and I, we love you. We listen to you all the time. She wanted to come, but she's in Florida right now. I'm like, and then I called Brittany and I'm like, guess who I'm here with? And then he talked to her on the phone. And she was like, oh my God. That was a fun experience. You know what another fun experience I've had at a concert was, but it has nothing to do with me? I went to go see, I've seen Green Day a few times. And I think this is the second time I went to go see Green Day. I saw them on their American Idiot tour, their 21st Century tour, and then they did a couple years ago with Weezer.
Okay.
So this is the 21st Century tour, and I met up with my friend Danny, who was there with her boyfriend. I lived on Long Island. She lived somewhere upstate, so we just met in New York City where the concert was. We had some pizza. We go to the concert. I have seats. They have standing room.
Sure.
Danny is a huge Green Day fan. She's covered in Green Day tattoos, loves it. Green Day always does this thing. I don't know if they do it now, but they used to, where they would perform the song Jesus of Suburbia, which is like a rock opera. It's like 12 minutes long.
Yeah.
And there's one part where it's called Dearly Beloved, and they always ask somebody to come up on stage and sing. And Danny got picked.
Nice.
It was, and they pull her up, and I'm like, oh my God. But like, it's like such like an awesome moment, like her favorite band ever. She gets picked to go on stage to fucking sing this song with them. I mean, that's like, remember they used to do that thing too where like they'd be like, who could play guitar?
Yeah.
And they'd have somebody come up on stage and play guitar with them, and they'd be like, and they'd give the guitar to him after. I'm like, could be me. And it was never me. I didn't get picked. 3 times I didn't get picked. They did it the first 2 times. The one that I saw a couple of years ago, they didn't. But they're old now. We're all old now. I saw Green Day the first time when I was 15. I'm 34 now. I'm like,
wow.
We're all so fucking old.
I would learn every Mind Maze song if Jeff was like, hey Max, you want to come play with us? I was like, yes, fucking let me, please.
Yes.
Mind Maze is one of my favorite bands, by the way. I know the guitarist personally. He's one of my favorite people, and he's so nice. Last time I saw him, he was like, hey, is there any songs that you want me to play specifically for you live? And I was like, yes, play this one. And he did it, and he was like, this one goes out to Max. And I was like, just sitting here crying. I was so happy.
Sitting here crying. Wait, is Mind Maze in that? They sing that song. I'm never looking back.
Yes, that's the one. That's
Alright.
Twisted Chains, Heavy Chains. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
For the attack. I like that song. That's a good one.
It's such a good song.
Yeah, you put that one on my list. I like that.
Yeah. I just like that band. They have 3 albums out right now, and I hope their 4th album actually gets made, because it's like I've been waiting for so long for that 4th album.
How long has it been?
I don't know. It's been like I don't know. But like they've released 2 singles for it. And it was originally going to be an EP, but it's been a while, so they were like, let's like just make it a full album. And I'm just like, I will pay every cent from my wallet for you to give me that album.
Give me that album now.
Yeah. Like, I will promote the shit out of it when it comes out. Like, I will do anything for that album.
I kind of got disappointed the other day because Falling in Reverse's new album came out, but all the songs are just songs that have already, besides from like 5 of them, they're already songs that have been released, like Popular Monster, Zombified. You know, it's all, so I'm like, oh, I've already heard it, because I really enjoy Ronnie Radke's voice. Like, I really enjoy his style of writing.
Voice. I don't like his screaming voice. His screaming is a little too much for me.
It's a little too much. I think he does more scream. Did he do more screaming though when he was in Escape the Fate, or do you feel like?
I don't know. I didn't listen to Ronnie Radke's Escape the Fate era.
Oh, I think you would like it. I think you would like it. Oh man, I gotta send you like a song, like an intro song, and if you don't like it, then stop there. If you like it, explore more.
Sure.
That band sucked after Ronnie got kicked out, but that's another thing.
I liked the singer that replaced him. I don't know if they have a new singer now, but whoever replaced him, I liked that. Like, I liked one song he did, and that's the only Escape the Fate song that I've heard.
Was it one? Because there was one song that I liked at first, and then I played it too much. It was like, I don't know, something like they were in like a haunted house. I don't know, something like that. I don't even remember. It was like the first.
Are you thinking of I can't think of the band. What is that one band? Are you sure you're thinking about? Are you sure you're thinking about Escape the Fate?
No, well, Escape the Fate's like first single after Ronnie Radke left. Gotcha. That was the one. I think it was their first single. That's the one that I liked, and then after that, I didn't like anything else. Let's see, Escape.
I'm thinking of a different band that has a music video.
Gorgeous Nightmare. That's what it was.
Gotcha.
I performed an Escape the Fate song at my talent show. I performed Situations. So if you ever hear that song, think of me playing guitar.
Nice.
I've done a few for talent for my like high school talent shows. I did American Idiot, all guitar. I did American Idiot. I did Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Okay.
Which it's really hard to play. And I did. Do you know the song SOS by the Jonas Brothers?
No.
Ooh, this is an SOS, don't want a second.
I've never heard that song.
Old school. Old. Sure. What else have I done at talent shows? I think I did Helena, the MCR song. But
I love that song.
That song is so good.
That song's great, but I prefer the Misfits Helena. It's
Is
all
it the
like
same song?
It's not the same song. It's just called the same thing. It's all like
Mm-hmm.
gory and like it's a love song about this guy who like who takes his like partner and like cuts her limbs off and tells her like that he loves her by like by like basically dismantling her.
So that's Slay the Princess shit right
It
there.
is, yeah. I'll have to send
I
you
love
it.
you. I love you. I love you.
Cause he's like, cause in the song there's like a line where he's like where he's like talking about like how much he loves this girl and like this like flying lizard comes in and like ruins ruins the entire experiment that he's doing and he closes the door on like on his fantasies or whatever and I'm just like what the fuck. What is this?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? That's like coin operated boy or whatever. That's some weird fucking shit right there.
Yeah, well, the Misfits is a weird band, so
That's true. That is true. And I guess not comparing them, but putting them side by side with Dresden Dolls works a little bit because that was a fucking weird ass band too. I liked Dresden Dolls. I think every young goth girl, it was a requirement to like them. Have you heard of them?
Did you put them on the playlist you made me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, but it is two people. It is Amanda Palmer, who I hate that like to say like this is what she's known for, but she's not. But she's the wife of Neil Gaiman, the author, American Gods.
Okay. Yeah.
So she is the singer and pianist.
Okay.
And then there would be one other guy, and he kind of looks like a Charlie Chaplin, kind of like, you know, hat,
Okay.
painted face. They look like clowns. They all painted their face. And he would do the drums. And what, I'm not trying to be perverted, sure. But what she is mostly known for is she is like a hardcore feminist. And she doesn't believe in like shaving her body. Sure. So she would get naked on stage and like just like show off her bush. I'm not kidding you. That was like her thing. When you go to a Dresden Dolls show, you're just like, where's the bush?
I can see she inspired you in many ways, apparently.
She inspired me and Crimmy into being a band of bushes, and
that's why I'm so hairy.
Flying V. Yeah, it's right. Me too. Yeah, I gave you my hair. You got your hair from me, but you got the color from your other mother.
I think I was just. I think so. The way Crimmy explained it was quote fiery, and that's why I'm a ginger.
What, the sex? She is correct.
Yeah.
It was very hot.
That's why that's why you two were in the bathtub, because it was too hot.
So we get into a bathtub. It's like being so hot and you're like, what's for dinner? Soup. It's the worst meal of the summer.
It's just you get like a bowl and it just has water and ice cubes in it, like your dinner.
Yeah, hot sex turned into bathtub crocodile rolling, and
you made a pearl. You gave it to Eris. Eris cracked that pearl open, and boom, here I am.
My favorite thing about telling the story about how you were born is that each time it changes just a tiny bit each time. And I'm like, I love it. And go with it every time.
Me and Crims make a joke that I'm Jesus because Jesus' story changes every time.
God, I want to marry her so bad. God, she's the love of my life.
We stand Crimmy.
We do. We do stand Crimmy. That is so, oh my God. It's so funny. So one of the hotels I stayed at, the one I stayed at in Winchester had a gigantic tub. And listen, when I see a gigantic tub, I am excited because I have a small tub, and because of that, that's why the crocodile rolling has to happen.
Yeah.
But in a big tub, I laid in that tub. Max, I was fully submerged. There was no baby making happening in that tub. I texted Crimmy.
You sent me that screenshot.
I did
that.
too with the prescription. I'm just like, there's no crocodile rolling necessary.
There's no max making necessary.
There's no max making, yeah. I'm like, I am everything is fully submersed. Oh my god. It's so good. Crimmy has like the best room too. Her room is like 2 rooms put together. And like her streaming stuff is like right in the corner.
Yeah.
And then she's got like this big big spots. She's got big spots on the floor where you could just sit down and spread out your Pokemon cards or whatever.
I'm sure that's what you did. I've heard stories
about us spreading our cards.
Spreading something.
Spreading something. We all got into bed together, and we watched those movies, and they were the best fucking movies ever.
When you say those movies, what movies are you talking about?
You know what I mean, like
the Humpty Dumpties,
Humpty Dumpty,
the shark movies,
Curtain Sharks, and then the other shark. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, Max.
So I sent you a picture a while ago, actually. This was like a few months ago. I sent you a picture. I was doing some Christmas shopping, and I was like, I found this movie. It's called Dick Sharks. And the poster is just, it's a dude. He's laying like flat, and it's from like the top of his pants to the top of his knees. And it's just it's literally just like a penis with teeth. And the like tagline for it is, she's the one that's gonna ask you to stop using teeth.
What? What?
I found that on the website. I was like, there's a website called FYE. It's for your entertainment, and I was going to get it. I was going to get it for you specifically, but they don't have it anymore. Yep, that's the one.
2016, Dick Shark. I would even know what to say other than we have to watch it.
I wanted to give it to you so badly.
We'll definitely watch it, because that's, some of these. I'm gonna not even say this is gonna be bad, because some of these shark movies that are like, this is so bad. One of them, there was one, Max, that I found that was like this, that turned out to be a good movie, and it is Santa Jaws.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've heard of it.
It's good. It has an actual story.
Nice.
And how you know that the shark is coming? You hear?
That's awesome. I love that. I love.
But it's a good, like.
I love that when like shark movies do that. There's a movie that came out recently. Black Demon, I think is what it's called.
Black Demon?
Yeah. The whole concept of the movie is like, it's very much against like oil rigs. So like there's this oil rig, and like it's like dug up too much oil or something, and it like because of that it summons this like demonic shark.
Oh my god, yeah, I see that. I want to watch the shit out of that.
I didn't finish it, but it was good so far.
You know what was pretty good as far as a shark movie goes. That's recent was Under Paris.
Ooh.
It's on Netflix.
Gotcha.
And it was pretty good.
Nice.
I really, even though like sharks really scare me, they're like the number one thing. Like any like shark movie or like squid movie, I'm like I seek those out.
Same with spiders for me. Like I at least watched the trailer for a bunch of spider movies, and I'm like, okay, this looks like a good movie because I know it would scare the shit out of me. Like,
is there a game that you've ever played where you didn't know there was a spider and there turned out to be a spider and you freaked out? Because I know you don't like the grounded bugs, but like, was there
Grounded's not too bad. Because Grounded has a really good arachnophobia mode.
Oh, it has arachnophobia mode?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like no spiders.
Well, it's not that there's no spiders. It's that they literally become like marshmallows. I'll have to show you like what the
Please
arachnophobia mode looks like because it's fucking cute.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there any games? Not really. I feel like if there's a game that has a spider in it, I feel like I kind of like look for it just in case. I've never really played a game where there's been like a surprise spider in it.
1, I think, has spiders in it, right? In like the tunnels.
One more time.
Resident Evil 1.
That
has spiders in the tunnels, right?
There is a room in the mansion with a giant mutated spider called Black Tiger.
Black Tiger.
Yeah. Which you would think would be like the opposite of like a white tiger, which sounds awesome. But no, it's not. Unfortunately.
I'm trying to think of like a game that I didn't know there was going to be like a shark, and then all of a sudden there was one. There's a specific moment. I'm not me playing the game, but I was on Your Watermelon's stream one time. He was playing this demo of a game, and you started off on a ship, and you're just doing ship stuff, and then all of a sudden you're transported to a little boat. Maybe the ship was getting attacked or something, but it was so fast. You were on the ship, and now you're on a lifeboat. And he has the same fear of sharks as I do.
Sure.
And he's on this little boat, and he's like, wait, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, out of the water was this huge fucking megalodon.
Jesus.
Max, I mean, watching it, I screamed and got scared. He was like, oh! And like fucking, like, he's like, no. It was so scary. Like, and I'm so glad that didn't happen to me.
Did you know there was going to be a shark in Sons of the Forest?
That's what it was. That's the moment. So the thing with Sons of the Forest is that I knew in the forest I've seen sharks. The first one.
Okay.
They were dinky sharks. I knew the sharks in Sons of the Forest were going to be better. They were in the preview.
Sure.
The thing is that Petey and Terry both swam and got to the boat, and there were no sharks.
Sure.
But when I go, I exude fear.
Yeah.
And sharks smell that fear.
Sure do.
And that shark, that huge fucking shark, ate my butt. But no, I knew there was a risk. That's why I didn't want to swim.
Yeah.
I knew there was a risk. But both of them made it there without any shark interaction. So I thought I'd be fine. And they wasn't. That was so fun. That was one of the best moments ever.
Yeah.
It was so scary. Oh, Resident Evil 6? Remember that fucking surprise shark? You get taken?
Yeah.
You're in the cave with who'chamacallit?
Mm-hmm.
And you get taken, and it's like a robot shark.
Yeah.
It took me. It didn't even. I got so bad because I'm like, I could have taken corn, but again, the smell of fear.
Of course, corn puts you in the water. Fucking corn.
No, we were both in the water.
Oh, you were.
We were like up top of the cave. We were getting some air.
Okay.
And then it took me. and I'm like, what the fuck?
So when me and Virgo were playing Resident Evil 6,
Mhm.
there was when we got to that section, there was a part where I swam to that gate. There's like a gate that you have to shoot for it to like open. I'm sitting there waiting for, like, I'm like trying to help Virgo like find out what to do, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this shark is gonna get me for like 10 minutes straight. I'm just sitting there, nothing happens. The moment I
Do you know
open
there's
the
a
gate,
shark?
yeah,
Okay.
the shark was in the area right before you get to the gate. I was thinking it was gonna come into that area. At the moment I open that gate and I start swimming through it, the shark is just like surprised, like oh no.
It was waiting.
Yeah.
Fucking shark.
Yeah.
My favorite one, there's a Papa Combo. Oh, Night of the Gates of Hell.
Mhm.
That's the Torture Star Papa Combo Italian Gialla game.
Mhm.
That game is excellent. It's like a good game,
Mhm.
but there's surprise shark, and you're like, what? But it's really cool.
Mhm.
Like it's like very non-threatening.
Sure.
Looking, I should say.
Yeah.
You're not in the water, and it's really cool. And that was a
Nice.
cool surprise shark. But
That's awesome.
I tried to play Death in the Water 2.
Mhm.
That's the one that actually has a story and stuff to it. I didn't make it past the tutorial.
Aw.
It was so scary.
Mhm.
I couldn't do it, not with my thalassophobia. It was beyond the fact that there's sharks and squids and horrible things. It was being submerged in that water and just like looking out into like the nothingness. I just could not do it. Fucking there's not. I own like Maneater, Depths.
Maneater's
I don't
a
know
good
why.
game.
Is it?
It is.
You play as the shark or
Yeah, you
people?
play as a shark. Yeah, you play as a bull
Is
shark.
he-
Your favorite.
A bull shark? Is
Yeah.
that my favorite?
I don't know. I assume it is.
I mean, I think that the scariest to me would be a great white.
Sorry, I got the answer to your question from before.
What is it?
There's a game called Hunt Showdown.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the
Cassie plays
bosses is a spider. And it
Oh.
like, so you go into this barn and all you hear is across the floor, and I'm just like, and then like, and it's like just dark enough where like you can see it like sitting in the corner of the room, and it's just
worst.
sitting there like doing nothing, and I'm just like, God, don't move. And you like take like a step towards it and it like runs off, like, and you can hear it like skittering across the floor, and I'm just like, ugh. And then like when you kill it, you look like you can like look at it, and it doesn't have like a spider's face. It has a human's face on it.
No.
And its legs are like human legs, like mixed with like spider parts.
Oh, that's so
So
creepy.
there's like so like, you know, like the predators have like the 4 mandibles.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but instead of like a mouth in there, there's a human face in it. It's like terrifying.
Trying to look at it right. Wait. Hunt Showdown, our fearsome spider boss. Oh God.
Yeah.
This is fucking that's terrifying.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Oh, this would trip me up.
Mm-hmm.
This would make me freak out. I don't like that at all. Check, please.
Check, please. Yeah. That's the one thing like I'm not the biggest fan of about going to see like Crimmy. Crimmy talks about the wolf spiders that hang out in her house. And I'm just like, okay.
She said that to me too when I went there, but actually I didn't see any spiders.
Okay.
It might be. I went during October, so it was around like Disney time.
Yeah.
I didn't see any spiders though.
Okay. See,
you'll be distracted by all the cats.
So like spiders are like my version of sharks. They can sense my fear. Like They
Oh,
know that
really?
I'm there.
So what they like to do is
I don't know.
crawl
I
on
just
you?
don't want them to crawl on me. That like if they just exist in the same room, that's fine. But like if they're touching me, that's free reign to like kill them.
Oh, I have a deal with spiders. That if like they're in my space,
Mm-hmm.
then they're gonna get killed. But like if they're just like, I don't kill spiders outside. If there's
Yeah.
like there's a baby spider that lives in my windowsill.
Mm-hmm.
Every year she lives there for a couple months. I name her Charlotte. We're on Charlotte number 3 now.
Okay.
She dies. I see her dead, and then she comes back to life. It's the same fucking spider, same size, same everything. I swear it reincarnates every single year. And me and her, we talk in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, as long as you stay in that window,
Mm-hmm.
you're good. But if you come out of the window and you're anywhere near me, you die.
Yeah.
And so far, me and Charlotte, number 3, been cool.
It's number 4 that'll get you.
Number 4, yeah, number 4. That's funny because a few months ago, Jor did a really big clean on our bathroom. And then I was going to the bathroom and I look in the window and it's so clean and there's no Charlotte. And I'm convinced that he killed Charlotte. And I got really upset. And then about a week and a half ago, I saw a new Charlotte.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, she's here! Charlotte number 3.
She exists.
Until she dies.
Yeah.
She will die. But not by my hand. Unless she crawls on me. And then Charlotte number 4 will come. That's my house spider. Centipedes. Centipedes die immediately.
You would have hated one of my best friends when I was younger.
Did he have a pet centipede?
She like
I'm gonna throw up.
raised centipedes. Like you walk into her house and like
Oh God, Max,
so you walk into her house and the first thing you see on the floor is 2 centipedes that are just vibing there.
What do you mean on the floor?
On the floor, they're like they're in like a cage with like a mesh top. And they, and you just and all you see are like 2 like rolled up centipedes. They look like little like seashells. It's adorable and I love it.
No,
but like as long as they're moving, that's weird.
I'm gonna throw up. I don't feel good. I feel ill. I'm thinking about them now.
I'm sorry.
Oh!
Ellie, don't hate me. I'm sorry.
No, I can never hate you. I'm just thinking about them crawling all out over me right now.
Yeah.
I had similarly, I had a friend growing up who had pet roaches.
Huh.
Like she would have it on her shoulder. And she knew that roaches and centipedes I can't do.
Sure.
Any other bug, I'm just like, I'm not scared of you, but I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't, I'll freak out.
Yeah.
And she would like have it on her shoulder and she'd be like, to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd scream.
That same friend outside had like a bee farm where she would get like her own honey. And I have a traumatic story of a bee landing on me and I just like froze.
Tell me.
So I'm just like vibing out there, hanging out with like my friend and she's like showing me all the bees. And one just lands on me and I'm just like looking down at it and I'm just like I don't know what to do and I'm just standing there and my friend is just like, "Are you alright?" And I'm just like, I don't know how to feel about this. Because like I don't want it to like sting me, like
yeah.
So I'm just standing there like just so still, like it was almost like I looked like I was dead, like that kind of still. And her mom comes out and she's like, she picks it up, just 2 fingers, no gloves, just picks it up and puts it back, and I was just like, "You're a fucking magician! What the fuck was that?"
Yeah. That's pretty dope.
I've never been stung by a bee though, which is good. Like, cause they always like fly around me because they think I'm a flower.
But you're a beautiful flower, Max. Which you would be a rose.
I would.
Would you like to hear my bee sting story?
Sure.
I only have one, and it's pretty good. So, my younger cousin Josh lived with me for a few years.
Yeah.
And he had a friend. I don't know what his name was, but let's call him Tom.
Okay.
And Josh and Tom wanted to go mini golfing.
Okay.
And bring a couple of girls.
Mm-hmm.
So we went mini golfing, and Tom is trying to, like, I don't know, show off in front of these girls.
Okay.
And he swings the putter, and hits the ball so hard, and it hits a bush, and the bush was a beehive.
Oh God.
And me, my cousin, Tom, and all the girls got attacked by a swarm of bees.
Jesus.
The first time I've ever been stung by a bee was 8 times.
Wow.
I had 8 bee stings. Tom had a stinger hanging out of his lip. I remember
God.
that. And he stripped his entire into like his skivvies. Like he stripped all the way down. Like, and this place was on like the middle of the main highway. And I remember my mom, as we're all getting fucking stung and everything, my mom went to go complain, and they just gave her coupons. We're all stung, we're all hurting. And just like, come again.
Just like,
I'll never come again.
Yeah.
Slow Jacks.
That's
in Hampton Bays. Slow Jacks?
No, I'll never come again.
Oh. Slow Jacks, that's what she said. I love that so much. I'll never come again.
Let's pin that for a second. There we go.
Oh my God.
We have fun here.
We do. We do have fun here. I just bought I don't really read manga, but I think I'm getting into at least having it on the shelf. And I bought the whole compendium of Madoka Magica.
Nice.
But I just don't understand the reading backwards.
Is Madoka Magica one of the series that still did the reading backwards thing?
I remember reading one of the volumes years and years ago, and it was reading backwards. So I don't know if this one is reading backwards.
Okay.
But that trips me up. I'm also not like a manga or like comic book reader.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, it's so new, and I have to read read the right to laugh to whatever it is.
Yeah, I love comic books. I have an entire box back there. That's what that black box is. That's my comic books.
Oh, it's on your computer? It looks like you're like a modem or something. Oh,
No,
right there?
That's
that's all comic books?
That's my, yeah. That is an air purifier.
Oh, nice. That, brother, that's an air purifier. That makes the air feel good, dude. What is your most valuable comic book?
Ooh. Valuable as in like if I sell it, it would make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
My dad got a comic book recently, and it's from like the 80s. Like,
Ooh.
and it's the superhero is called Dazzler, I think is her name. And he only got it because Taylor Swift is going to play her at some point. And my dad is a big Swiftie fan.
Is he?
Apparently.
Your dad seems really cool.
Yeah. I'm like the complete opposite of him.
What do you mean?
Like,
I think you're cool.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not cool. I'm just saying like he likes like pop music and whatnot. Meanwhile, I'm over here like headbanging and like playing my bass and whatnot.
Does he like your music as well? Does he like rock music?
I'm trying to get him. So he likes like AC/DC.
Okay.
Where, like that kind of like hard rock stuff, and that's the reason why I like heavy metal, because I listen to like all his like rock albums and whatnot. He likes like 80s like light rock, like yacht rock kind of stuff. And I like the heavier stuff. I'm trying to get him into like a bunch of my favorite bands. I was like, hey, I'm gonna give you like a stack of my favorite albums, and I would love it if you listen to these. And I don't know if he has yet.
So besides Taylor Swift, who else does he like pop star wise? Or is that just like his main?
That's all I know who he likes. Like that's all that I know who he likes on like the pop side. Like I could
Does
name
your
like
mom listen to music too?
yeah, she likes like Meatloaf,
I love Meatloaf.
the artist.
But oh no. Fuck. A minute. I just went with it. I was just like, okay.
You were so excited, like, and
yeah,
I was like,
I forgot about the singer Meatloaf. I'm like, girl, me too. It's an American classic. Fucking cheese on the side, dipping in some ketchup.
Meatloaf sandwiches are delicious.
Oh gosh, meatloaf is an underestimated dinner.
Underestimated? Do you mean underrated? I'm not trying to be a dick, I promise. I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to speak Allie.
Understand me? I can't speak English. Underrated, underestimated.
I mean, like,
what the fuck does that mean?
Have you met me? I don't speak English as far as I can throw it. Like,
throw English.
Yeah, you just
like,
take a rock. You take a rock
no.
and you put the word English on it, and you just like lightly toss it.
Lightly toss it.
Toss. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Toss. You gotta when you go to see Crimmy, if you can, tell her to take you to the lake that she took me to. I think it's Lake Erie or like something where you can see Canada, but there's so many good skipping stone rocks.
Nice.
Just like laying out, and that's like all we did for an hour was just like skip fucking stones.
That's
awesome. I mean, it's the best. Bring a Sharpie, write English. and
see how far you can skip it.
And see how far you can skip it.
Yeah.
1000%.
I'm really excited to hang out with Crimmy. Like, I've been looking forward to this all year, pretty much.
That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to Comic-Con, right?
I think so. Pretty sure
your dad has a booth, right?
Yes.
And what's he selling? Soap?
Legos.
That's right. Why did I say?
Yes, Allie. He's selling soap. Lego infused flavored soap.
Why don't you just say things? Like,
why do you just say things? Like, I don't know. You say things and it's hilarious. That's all I know.
As long as you laugh.
I laugh all the time.
That's what's important to me. He sells Lego jewelry, you said, right?
Yeah.
That's really cool. See, he listens to Taylor Swift. He sells Lego jewelry. Isn't he like a roadie or something? Like he like fixes guitars or some shit?
No, that's what
Or did I make that up? Yeah,
I made that guitar. So that's probably what you're thinking.
You made that?
Well, made it as in like I got the guitar and like I stripped everything from it and put my favorite like pickups in it and whatnot.
So cool.
Yeah.
And that's just a regular guitar, right? That's not your bass. That's just
this is my side bitch.
Your side bitch? What's her name?
That one is Megan, I think.
Megan.
All of my instruments are named after my favorite band, my favorite punk band. They're called Dullskin.
Okay.
My Fender guitar over here, that's Alex. And I'm hoping to get a Sydney at some point.
Oh shit, I love that.
Yeah.
I named one of my guitars growing up, and it was my very first one. It was a blue Les Paul Epiphone, and I named it Blue Day.
Nice. I love Les Pauls. They're my favorite guitars. I don't have one,
Dude,
unfortunately.
it's like I mean, I'm dumb, but I feel like it's very comparable to Gibson. Like the sound that you get out of a Les Paul Epiphone
Yeah.
is like I mean, Gibsons are amazing, but they're
Yeah.
also expensive. So like if you can't afford a Gibson, buy a Les Paul Epiphone. They're very similar.
My
And I loved them. Love them so much.
My dream guitar is a Schecter Solo 2 Custom in Flame Maple, which is Schecter's Epiphone, or Les Paul guitars. They're solo guitars, and it's gorgeous. I'll have to send you a picture of it, and I'm just like, ugh, I want it.
I have to take my Schecter out of it's like behind my couch, but my Schecter guitar is white, and it has on the trim all over. It's like mother of pearl.
That's awesome.
It's going up the neck and around like the top. And it's gorgeous. She's beautiful. That's my favorite guitar. She's just super pretty. And then I have one that my mom got built for me, and it was okay. So it was like a really weird present because she got it for me for my birthday. And at this point, I stopped playing guitar. Now, I took guitar lessons for 8 years. And then when I was in my early 20s, I started playing roller derby, or guitar. It was pretty much so. I didn't play at that point for at least like 2 years. And she gives me this gift, and a guy makes a guitar, and it's really beautiful. It has the body of it is like Jack Skellington. Gorgeous. And then on the back of it says it's the initials of like my dad, and it says always with you, Dad. Like, and I was like, why would you do this? You know what I mean? So like my dad's been dead for like 10 years at this point. And I'm just like, why are you bringing up all this pain? Like it was such a weird thing because I wasn't like, oh, thank you so much, it's really nice. I was just like, I just started crying, and she's like, I thought you'd like it. And I'm sure it was like expensive and stuff. I felt so bad. But I'm just like, why are we doing dead parent stuff now? It was just so fucking weird.
Can I tell you a cool fact about Schecter?
Oh my god, please.
So Schecter, before they actually started making their own guitars, would make Fender parts, and they would just have the Schecter logo on it. So if you break the neck of your guitar, they would they make necks to replace it and whatnot.
They make necks. We make necks.
The very first time a actual Schecter guitar was shown off in media was Papa Roach's Last Resort video.
Oh.
The guitar player is playing the very first Schecter C1. It's awesome. It's so good.
It's the very first one?
The very first fully Schecter made guitar. And they used that guitar to record the song in the music video. It's great.
Oh hell yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Schecters are great. They're probably my favorite type of guitar that I've been able to play. I also have a Schecter bass.
Yeah, my bass is a Schecter as well.
Hell yeah. We're the Schecter
Why did you sound like Jim Carrey when you said that?
He just came out through me. He's not dead. Never mind.
Yeah, he's still very much alive.
Yeah, I was thinking his spirit came through me, but his spirit is definitely still in his body. What's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Ooh, Mask.
Same.
Yeah.
That movie's just so fucking good.
The Mask, the comic books for The Mask are not at all like the movie.
Really?
Yeah, the movie, the comics are gory. The Mask takes Stanley puts the mask on and he becomes a murderous serial killer. Like that scene in the comics where he pulls out the Tommy gun, he literally murders people. Like he literally murders an entire room of people in that comic book.
Awesome.
It's in that scene is like great. There's a there's a guy in the comic books with like 3 very like brutal scenes of him like taking like a switchblade out and cutting his lips open. And there's this scene in the comic books where he tries to put the mask on and the mask just doesn't do anything because he's already fucked up. So he can't become any more fucked up because of it.
I wonder why, like, that evil guy in, like, the movie, he, like, put on the mask and then he became even more evil.
I don't know. I think the comic book version of the guy in the movie, I think that's the guy that like cuts his lip open and whatnot. Because like,
God, that's so gross.
Because I said before it was like 3 scenes. It's one scene, but each page makes the scene bigger, so you can see more of it happening. It's like I'll have to send you a video on it. There's a guy that does like really like a really good breakdown on it. I'm just like, oh, this is the movie we should have gotten.
You know what movie I liked based off of a comic book? It's Spawn.
Spawn is a good movie. I think Spawn is overhated. Cause I actually
kind of Spawn?
Yeah, people hate that movie.
And
it's unfortunate because like that movie's pretty good actually. Like
yeah, I mean, I didn't watch and read the comics.
Yeah.
So I have the opinion of just someone just going and being like, oh, a movie.
Yeah.
So I've never read any comic that has been made into a movie, but I feel like probably feel the same way as if you read a book and then it makes a movie like Harry Potter, and then you go and watch the movie and you're like, oh, you're nitpicking and things are changed. And is there any comic or book that you've read and then you saw the movie and you're like, the movie was better?
Ooh, no.
Every single thing.
I read. So there's a movie called New Mutants. It's
I
think it's a Marvel property. I recently started reading the comic books that came out. They're like the new edition of the New Mutants, and I watched the movie and I was like, yeah, no, this is an abomination to what this is, because the comics are so good. Like, I have it's one of the very few comics where I chose to get multiples of certain issues because they had good B covers. Meaning, like, there's like A covers, B covers, C covers, and there's different variants and on them, and it's pretty cool.
I think we're going back to B's. I'm like, B covers.
Can I give you an example?
Please.
1 second.
Okay. Hell yeah. Look at those pants. Look at that comf. Get to see the collection. Nice. What's in the box? He pulls out Gwen Paltrow's head. No Kelsey, no swagging.
Right, so one of my favorite comic book series of all time is called Arrow, and it's kind of like a manga. It's kind of like if Marvel did a manga series. It's just like Marvel the anime pretty much, and it's just really good. So this is one of the covers. I believe this is the B cover.
Okay.
This is the A cover, and this is the same comic. This is all issue 1, and then this is the C cover, featuring a different character.
Ooh, is it the same comic?
Yeah, it's the same comic with different covers. Yeah, it's so good.
I see. I see your box. And do you have them labeled? Do you have tabs?
Yeah. So
what are they labeled as? Like,
so they're labeled by series.
Okay.
So like this first one is the Arrow, then it goes from like I think it goes in like order of like my favorites. Either my favorites or it's in alphabetical order. Okay. So yeah.
Do you still collect them? Do you still keep up with collecting comics?
I wish I could, but my comic book store moved like 2 hours away from me. And
No.
I have a list of comic book issues that I need to go through. So I have a list of all the ones I want to finish. And then back here is I have like my bigger comic books, like full like hardcover
Okay,
comic
big
books.
ones.
And then I have like a miscellaneous tab where like it's comic books that like I thought the covers were pretty, but like the stories are kind of shit. So I got them for the covers. So
Oh yeah. I went to a comic book store in London, and there's a whole bunch of comics that are like the covers are shiny
yeah.
and they're so cool looking. And I'm like, I love them.
If you don't mind
Same
me
as
asking,
like,
what comic
yeah.
book store did you go to? Do you remember the name? Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't, but I remember we walked in and then there was a basement.
Yes,
And we
I
went to
went
the
to that
basement.
one.
You went to that one?
Yes.
Okay. So
Continue.
that's where they took us to. And that's where I saw like all like this like the new Sailor Moon
Nice.
Eternal comic books, and those covers are
Oh, they're
gorgeous.
so pretty.
Oh my god. And they're all like every single one has like a Sailor Scout on it.
Yeah.
And then there's one that has all of them.
Mhm.
And they're just God, they're so beautiful. They're so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wish that I was like a comic book reader, because as like I want them, just like I want them just like have them.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if I would read them. They're just so pretty.
Mhm.
It's like that remember that Rainbow Fish book that we read as kids?
Yeah.
Most beautiful cover.
Yeah.
That Rainbow Fish was so rainbowy.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What books did they make you read in high school? What was required reading? For me, it was like Huckleberry Finn. God, there's so many of them.
To Kill a Mockingbird was one of them.
That was one of them for me too.
The Glass Castle, I think is what it's called.
I've heard of that book.
Or yeah, whatever that one is. There's a few others I can't think of at the moment.
I was wondering how the curriculum has changed, like what books they have you read now.
It's probably very different because Huckleberry Finn I don't think we can read now because there's like something.
Racism?
Yeah, I assume that's what it is.
In 12th grade, I remember there was this. It was essentially like Roots, this book.
Okay.
And I forget what it was called, but I don't think we can possibly get away with what we can get away with back then, because we had a teacher who was like, all right, we're going to act this out.
Okay.
And had like two like white students very much putting on voices, I'll say. I don't want to use the word imitating, but in them trying to imitate what they think a Southern Black person would sound like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was you don't think about it back then, but
Yeah.
like now I think about it, I'm like, it's probably not the best thing to do.
There was a book that we read that very prominently had the N-word in it, and one of us had to read it, and they were the whitest person that had to read it, and it was just like,
did they say the word?
Like, yeah, like.
Oh, I wouldn't.
It was just like, I don't know. Yeah, I also wouldn't have. Like, like I've been getting into like rap a lot lately, and like
Mhm.
listening to like Kendrick Lamar, and he says the N word
Mhm.
a lot, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I even hate like thinking about the song.
Me
Like I
me too.
feel
It makes me
so bad.
uncomfortable. It
So I
makes me
just
really uncomfortable.
I just changed the word to fucker in my head.
I love that.
or
I
I would
love
just
that so
place it
much.
I would just replace it with like a different cuss word.
Yeah, I actually so when I listen to rap or music with what I call big words,
Mhm.
um I I'm telling you and I'm not lying, I do not say them.
Mhm.
Like even singing out loud in the car, I always
Mhm.
pause. I don't say like this flower has my cat, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I won't change the word, but I'll just be like this has my cat. Like I'll never like say the
Sure.
I it's so yucky to me, and for me it stems from growing up in a very racist household
Mhm.
and me having to live that way and think that it wasn't wrong until I moved out and realized that it's wrong,
Mhm.
and being like I'm never going to ever like use those words again, like
Mhm.
I'm never going to, like this is not okay to do,
Yeah.
like living like in like a culturally like Italian, you know, house, my fucking grandmother being racist
Mhm.
against everyone. That made my mom racist against everyone. And it just gets
Mhm.
passed, that hate just gets like passed down and passed down.
Yeah.
So I always say like I'm so glad that I got to like move out early
Mhm.
because it's just such a that kind of thinking is so toxic.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't teach people that that's okay,
Mhm.
so
Yeah. The one thing that like made me like hate like so I never said it at any point in my life, but like there was one
Mhm.
person in my life that like who I just didn't like, and like she would say it on like a regular basis, and her being like the whitest person alive was just like it just bothered me, and
Was
it
she
was
calling black people that,
like
or was
she would just
she?
say it in like random conversation. Like she would say it to just anyone. It doesn't matter like
Not that this matters, but did she like use a hard R, or was she like using A's? Like both are bad, but like
I think she
I
would
I would
switch
freak out.
back between like like she would use both, but like and she would just like it doesn't matter like she would just say it depending on, and I'm just like
Horrible.
that is just like yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like this person. And like
Yeah.
I didn't like this person after like so I dated this person, and it's
Oh.
unfortunate because she was the worst to me. Like she's like
Oh.
why I have so many like trust issues and stuff.
Oh. What did she
And
do to you, Max?
I don't want to go into it here cuz
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
No, no,
it's a
you don't have
lot.
to. I'm just saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like she would just do a bunch of things that like pissed me off. And then like she moved away, and I was like, and I hate that I was like this because I was like, oh, I want her back, which like now I'm like, thank God I don't now,
Yeah.
cause like. Cause I was like I was young. I was like 17. Like this was the
Mhm.
first girl like who ever liked me, and like it's unfortunate that that happened. But like she moved away. She cheated on me with this guy, and I was just like, all right. So then like I spent like the next like 5 years bettering myself to be better for every person like that I was with, not realizing that I was already the best person for her, and it
Mhm.
was her that needed to change.
Yeah.
It's just like okay,
Hopefully
that's
she
yeah,
hopefully she took your example and now lives a better life. You know what I mean? It's not
yeah,
I I get like I also I not that this is any more okay word, it's not,
yeah,
but I still have friends who will use the F word.
Oh, yeah.
And every time it happens, I'm like, like I get like this shock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though like it's I guess more of, it's not appropriate, but like I guess more whatever than the N word. Like it's horrible. It's both horrible words, but some of my friends still say the F word every time they do. I'm just,
yeah.
Jeez,
It's like I hate the R word
much.
too. The R word just makes me feel real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. Just like don't say anything that's gonna hurt other people.
Yeah. Cause
like if you have to say those words, then say them to yourself.
Yeah. And that's why I don't like listening to older Eminem, because he says the F word like quite constantly.
Oh yeah.
And as much as I don't like that word, Eminem's last album is really good. The Death of Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Guilty Conscience 2 is the best song on that album.
I haven't heard that one. I have to go listen to it because I didn't listen to the whole album yet. I've heard Houdini, which is funny because in that song, doesn't he say something like, "I wonder what the Oldie would say. I bet he'd say that shit was gay," or like something like that. Like, then that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But Katie sent me that song the other day that was like dedicated to like Haley.
Yeah. That song made me cry.
I'm like, first she sends this to me, right, with no context. She's like, listen to this, right? So I listen to it. I start bawling my eyes out. And I'm just like, why would you do this to me? And she goes, dead dad shit, right? And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
That was so glad that you cried because now I don't feel alone. Katie was also like, yeah, I cried too.
Yeah. My favorite songs on that album are Guilty Conscience 2 and Toby. Toby has 2 other rappers on it. I forget their names, but they're very good. Like that song made me want to like do a deep dive into like people I like, and that's how I like rappers that I like, and that's how I got into like a bunch of different other rappers that are like really cool and whatnot.
I don't exude that the not that I don't exude, but like I feel like I never talk about rap. But I'll hear a song, and I'll hear it like twice and know all the words. Like it's my one super talent. I remember like Jor and I were in like the line for a store, and like there's that Kendrick Lamar song that comes on that goes like, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Is that right? And I just started like just saying the whole thing. And George, that's such a good song. And George looks at me, he's like,
Humble? Is it Humble or Alright? It's one of the two.
Humble.
Okay.
Be humble.
Yeah. Sit down, be humble. Yeah.
Sit down, be humble. Yeah.
Have you seen?
Good. Won't you sit in on my taste buds?
Have you seen Kendrick Lamar's Pop Out concert?
No, I haven't.
You can watch Kendrick Lamar's set online. It's like an hour. That whole set is so good. That's how I found out about like some of my favorite like rap songs, like J-Rock. J-Rock has a song called Win. That song is just so good. That's how I found out about like Alright, Humble, Mad City. That's the Mad City. I never realized that Mad City is the one where it's like every time I'm in the street I hear yacht, man down or whatever. I love that song so much. That was the whitest thing I've ever done.
Rap, I was just gonna say that from the whitest rapper you've ever heard. Yacht.
I can't do it, and I'm.
That was so good. Oh my god, that was so white. I've never seen any.
Yeah.
I've seen white things come from me, but I've never seen something so white come from somebody else. I love every second of what's happening right now.
I'm like so red. I can see. I didn't want to do that, but then
yeah. That's okay. I very much rap like a white person too.
Mm-hmm.
Funny about Humble is the first time that I heard Humble, it was Rain Paris did a cover of what actually is X by Cardi B.
Yeah.
No, X Up by Cardi B.
Yeah.
It's called Up, and then the song's called Up, and then an X, and then Humble.
Yeah.
So I don't really listen to rap that much, so I just didn't know it was two songs in one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Cardi B's Up, and then Kendrick Lamar's Humble, and they flow together really well.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I heard, this is so stupid. The first time I heard the whole song, the actual Humble song, I was at the gym, and I said to my trader, I said, "Isn't this a Cardi B song?" He was like, "No," and I'm just like, "Yeah, doesn't he go like, when it's up, then it's up?" She's like, "What?" So that's how I learned it was two different songs. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I don't know." Yeah.
I will say, Kendrick Lamar's disses on Drake are pretty great.
They were way better than Drake's disses on Kendrick Lamar. Is that all solved now? I don't pay attention.
Kendrick has definitely won. Drake came out with a song that was like, it's called The Heart Part 6. Mm-hmm. And because Kendrick has The Heart Part 1 through 5. And he was like doing a spin on that. And that song is so garbage.
Yeah.
It's like, he's not even like dissing Kendrick at that point. He's just apologizing or like defending himself from everything that Kendrick had said about him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
what?
I kid you not, there's a line in that song where he's like, "I promise if I was doing things with minors, I would be in jail. I'm too famous for that shit."
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he literally just called out Epstein in like the previous line, who was like one of the most famous, like, was he like a movie director or whatever?
Movie director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got away with it for years, but he got they busted him when they found out.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was awful.
And is that like Drake's thing? Is that does he fuck around with minors? Is that why this whole thing happened?
So I would like to state this for the record. I don't actually know the full story. This has been going on for
scary for her rappers, where we talk about shit that happens between famous raptors. Yep.
So I don't know that there's a lot of things that Kendrick raps about that are absolutely proven true. That like, and I can't say that the minors thing is true because I don't know, and it's all alleged. But there is a video of Drake kissing a 17-year-old on stage. That is,
I have seen that.
That is very like hard proof that it could happen. Right. But there's like you listen to like Meet the Grams, and there's a line where he's like, got like where he's talking about like Chubbs like going out into like the town that he's like touring in, finding the best looking girl, like bringing it back to Drake. They'll fuck them and then leave him behind or whatever.
Jeez.
And he like called it's basically like Tinder pretty much. And then like Chubbs will have his way with her. That's why in the song like Chubbs gets his hand-me-downs. You're talking about his women.
Chubbs
is his bodyguard, I believe.
I thought you were saying he's got like a chub.
Well, Drake originally did for a while. He got like surgery or something to like get a six-pack. No, get his six-pack.
No, he did?
Yeah, that's yeah, cuz was it a V V12 is the machine that like does something to your stomach to help you lose weight. And then like they like did like a surgery to like give him a six pack.
The fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a fake body.
Yeah. Cause like
Shit.
if you there's like a 3-month period in like 2017 where like Drake goes from like he's not fat, but he's also like not the most muscular person. So he starts off as like and you can like tell he's not like the most like in shape person. And then he could like post like a shirtless selfie, and it's just like very clearly like in the 3 months that happened, he got some work done.
Yeah. That is so weird. I've seen that one other time with a TLC star.
Mm-hmm.
She had I guess like ab implants.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so fucking weird.
Yeah. Like it doesn't even like look right too. Like if you look at it, like it doesn't look like he has like a six pack. It looks like he's like it literally looks like they carved out pieces of his skin and put it back on, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks like really gross.
Wow, it's just so weird.
Yeah.
So fucking weird. But I can't like I say that's so weird, but then at the same time, I can't imagine being like so famous and seeing myself on TV or in movies and like thinking I looked horrible.
Sure.
I think about that all the time when it comes to like because I love wrestling.
Yeah.
When it comes to female wrestlers, and so many of the times you see a wrestler come on and she's debuting, she wrestles for a few years, and then she gets plastic surgery or loses a ton of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say that all the time. I lose a ton of weight, surgery, hair, all these things that make her look so different. And a lot of the times I'm just like, oh, like there's this one wrestler named Dana Brooke who she's in WWE now, she's somewhere else, but like every time she would debut again, she'd take like a year off, come back, she looked like a new person. Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter, same thing. Looks like a different person every time you see her because the amount of modifications she gets.
Mm-hmm.
And we could all like be like, oh, she looks so bad, or oh, she looked better before. We could all say that shit, but at the end of the day, like Charlotte Flair has to watch herself on TV in the middle of the ring, half naked, you know, next to other girls, and you know, there's no surprise here, you know, ladies, cat's out of the bag, but girls look good for other girls like a lot of the times.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like we want to be I always say, and this is such a dick thing for me to say, but like I don't say it as seriousness, but when I go to weddings, I'm like, I gotta be the second prettiest one. I always be like, do I look okay? I gotta be the second prettiest one there besides from the bride.
Sure.
I'm just joking, but that's how like girls feel. They want to look pretty in front of other girls. So I can't imagine being half naked in a ring, wrestling, doing promos, having my body shown to millions of people on TV, and not scrutinizing myself, being like, look how fat I look how ugly I look, you know, oh my God, you can see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine what that feels like. So when I go and I say to I say out loud, like, wrestler comes back, she had a bunch of plastic surgery, or she lost a ton of weight, and I'm like, she looked better before, or like, oh, why'd she do that, or like, oh my God, I have to think to myself, like, I'm not in her position.
Sure.
You know what I mean? My face is on a screen for, you know, shorter time, you know, and I even like I'll like look into like the camera just to make sure I don't look like disgusting. Like it's just like something that we do, but I can't imagine being so hard on myself that I need to go like get surgery to change my entire appearance.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, the thing that like bothers me the most about it is he he has every reason. So the one thing that like pisses me off is like he releases. So Drake is very much a quantity over quality type person.
Okay.
Because he releases like an album a year, and some of them aren't great. But like if he just like took like a year off and just worked on himself, I'm sure he could be a better person. Because Drake starts shit just to start shit. And that's how we found out about his son. Because he was hiding a son for a very long time.
Oh, I know nothing about Drake. So he was hiding a son with a wife or girlfriend or no, a fan?
I don't know if they're still together, but he knocked up a porn star, and his son is, and like another rapper, like he got into like a beef with another rapper, and this rapper was like, all right, fuck this shit, like I'm done with him, like pretending like he's the most gangster person, and he just went and exposed his son. Like, cause he was going to like announce to like his, he was gonna use like an Adidas press run to announce his son. And it was just like, why? Like, of all the things.
That's weird.
So, and like, I don't know, and like, I just want to say, like, we're like calling out Drake, and I'm not saying like Kendrick is like the nicest guy either. Like, we just don't know much about Kendrick. Like, Kendrick like keeps his life
learning
like private. Like he doesn't like to be in the spotlight. He has a very like good line in one of his songs that where he's like, only you like being famous, and he's talking to Drake, because like Kendrick's just like, he just wants to get his money and like hang out with his family. Like he has like a wife and kids.
Yeah.
He literally talks to Drake about how to raise a son.
Huh?
And because like, yeah, like if you hide a son, like you're clearly like a deadbeat. Like,
yeah, why would you do that unless like, did he have his son would like, did he like have sex with a fan or something?
No, his baby mama was a porn star.
Oh shit.
So I don't know, like whatever that means to you, like.
Yeah.
I mean,
cool.
You have to make money somehow. Like, truly, I do not care if what your profession is, as long as you are like surviving. That is all that matters. But like, if you're going to go through that length to like hide a child, like someone's gonna call you out on it, you know, and people are gonna make fun of you for it.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that again a rumor that Drake like would put like after he's done having sex would put like hot sauce in the condom so before he throws it out, because girls would like, again, I don't know if it's true, like steal his condom for the sperm to try to get pregnant. So he would put like hot sauce in it to like, so they can't do that. I don't know. Weird. I don't know. That's even remotely true. But I know nothing about the rap culture.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just here for the music. If the music is good, truly that is all I'm like.
Oh, me too.
Like one of my favorite songs is Kill Shot by Eminem, and that's just dissing Machine Gun Kelly. And I just like that song. Like
that's a great song.
And Rap Devil is even a really good song to me personally. Like I really like Rap Devil. And
was that MGK's?
That's MGK's song, and I really like MGK's later work. His pop punk songs are not bad.
They aren't.
I can't say anything else.
I think he's a kind of a cool dude too.
Sure. I mean, I don't know him.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to his behind the scene work. You know.
Yeah.
I just like his music. His music is like genuinely good. And I'm sure Eminem's not the greatest person. I look up to him, sure, but like, he's just like, I just like his music, you know.
I will like any genre if I like the song.
Yeah.
The song, like if the song is catchy, like I'm a sucker for a catchy chorus. I love a key change. I get like, ooh, look at that little spice. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like rap or rock. I think the most like I haven't found anything I like in is country music. But if like there was a country song that I'm like, oh, this is good, I'm not going to be like, I can't listen to this because it's country. It's not a genre I particularly care for. If there's a song that I like, I'm going to listen to it. So I used to be, when I was like young, like in high school, I used to be one of those people that are like you should listen to like a goth kid shouldn't listen to country, or I hated that. It's just so stupid, but this was like 15-year-old Allie. I hated that like the rock guys in bands, their girlfriends would be like preppy, like, you know, girly girls, and I'm just like, it should be me, the goth girl. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like I used to, now I'm just like, you like what you like. What the fuck ever.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what my favorite song is? I love a rap song with like a singing chorus. Like Eminem's I Need a Doctor. That song is so good.
I also like I like rap that has actual like instruments in it.
Yes.
So like, do you know the song Let's Go by Trick Daddy? And it has that Ozzy Osbourne like
no, I don't.
Crazy Train intro.
Yeah.
And the chorus is that thing, and then it's all electric guitars, and I'm like, this song is cool.
That's
because
awesome.
it has like these like live guitars, and that like guitar riff's really cool.
Yeah.
But I like that too.
Yeah. That's why I like a lot of Eminem's earlier work, because Eminem would sit in the studio like playing like the guitar, the bass, the drums. I will say, as much as I don't like drum machines, rap drums are typically really good.
Yeah.
They're produced well. They're like heavy most of the time, like, and I get that they're like a machine, but like, I don't know. There's just something about like hip hop drums that just hit different from like a drum machine in like a rock band, you know?
Totally. You also like with rap, you kind of just need to keep the rhythm.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, rock, which is you're depending more on the, you know, a lot of it is on the instruments, whilst rap is more on the words and, you know, the flow. But I agree with you. I think the drum machines on rap sound really good too. Eminem's early work I like a lot because I do like funny rap. Like I am a really big fan of Weird Al Yankovic. I like, one of my favorite karaoke songs is White and Nerdy.
White and Nerdy is like, the best one. It's so good. It's literally me.
It's so good. Like, it's so good. And so like, you know, Curtain Call,
cool.
Marshall Mathers. That's the EP, Curtain Cool. I small aside, because Diana's here, I put out that like complaint that I was complaining about that Starbucks mug.
Yeah.
And she just texted me with like the words that I was saying, the cool. like the New York words that I was saying when my dip thought. I'm like, I laughed so hard.
That's
I
awesome.
loved it.
I should have done that.
Yeah, I love it so much. But yeah, like those albums were like funny.
Yeah.
Like I like funny songs too. I love that. And I love songs full of hate. So like I use like The Way I Am. Like that, I'm just like, oh, this is so hateful.
Yeah.
It's like Slipknot. It's just like, I just want to break shit.
Yeah. Wrong band, alright.
Wrong band. And with the chainsaw, what? Your ass wrong, what? I don't know what I did.
Yeah. I think another thing is, rap doesn't need to keep time, if that makes sense. Whereas like rock uses the drums to keep time, whereas rap is just like really cool word patterns. Like I love like Eminem does like Godzilla. Eminem's Godzilla is like Rap God Part 2 pretty much, because he does that really fast section at the end. But my favorite part of Godzilla is the beginning part where he's like, I could swallow a bottle of alcohol and feel like Godzilla, where he just raps and makes every line sound like the last one. The fact that he does that is fucking awesome.
Love it. He's a lyrical genius.
Oh,
he's amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best things I've ever seen was I love karaoke.
Sure.
I love going to karaoke, and I love open karaoke where you just do it in front of strangers. And one time I went to karaoke night, and I did not know it was anime night, and everybody was dressed up in characters, and somebody dressed as a Joker went on stage, the whitest guy, okay, and smashed Rap God.
That's awesome.
Like in full Joker, and like the whole fucking thing. I was like it was so good. It was so good.
That's awesome.
I loved it. Ever since then, I'm like my homework is to learn all the words to Rap God and perform it.
Rap God's such a really good song too. Like I used to be able to rap the fast part of Rap God, but then I would listen to other music and forgot. Yeah. It was funny in middle school. I just randomly bursted out into that fast part for no reason. Like when we were like during lunch and people like started like sitting around me listening to it. They're like, do it again. And I'm just like, but why? Like, I can only like not breathe for 2 minutes, like every so often.
I need air.
Yeah.
That would happen to me in high school. So people are mean when you're a girl and you play guitar. I don't know if like people were mean to girls playing guitar in your school, but like kids are mean and they just like made fun of me. And I was that kind of person that always brought my guitar with me. And like just noodled around and shit. And I don't remember what happened, but there was a boy who was really mean to me, and he was being like, "You can't play, you can't blah 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 blah." So when I can't do it anymore because it's been so long, I don't remember. But whenever someone would do that to me, I would start playing "Snow" by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice.
And I'm just like, okay, I can't play guitar. I'm just gonna play guitar.
Yeah.
Really well.
Yeah.
So fuck you, whatever your name is. We started at horror and then turned to rap, which I love.
That's the podcast.
Turned to rap. Scary for her rapper.
Rap for her pleasure?
Rap for her pleasure?
I was so concerned about saying that, but I also couldn't stop myself, and I apologize.
Never apologize for being you.
Good, because I can't be anyone else, and honestly, I'm real glad with being myself.
If you were anybody else, you wouldn't be the amazing, perfect human being that you are, so... We stand Max.
It is getting to 3.
Yes. That was I loved just like having like vibe time.
Yeah.
So nice. I love it when it's like you and me just like fucking chilling. We did have a guest planned for today, but they couldn't make it, so another day.
Yeah.
But that just means that Max and I just get to do Max and I stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great stuff.
Yup. I do know who we are rating out to. We are rating your favorite streamer, Rohara.
Rohara! Yay!
That is the message if you get left behind in the raid. That is the raid message. I'm going to start the raid. I will be on tomorrow doing Chapter 2 of Sucker for Love. Don't know when I'll be doing that. I'll probably try to do it earlier in the day. Yeah. What do you have planned?
I will be on tomorrow as well at 2 p.m. playing Dead by Daylight, representing the CEOs in the Twitch non-Olympics. Because we're not allowed to say Olympics anymore, and I'll tell you why off stream.
Okay.
But that will be at 2 p.m. EST, and that'll be tomorrow.
Nice.
So, cheers
Love
on!
you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Where is it? There it is. Haha.